Game 1 of the NBA Finals between the Spurs and the Knicks will tip off at 5:30 Eastern Time from San Antonio. And Knicks big man Mitchell Robinson is expected to play tonight in Game 1 despite his broken pinky finger. Robinson will likely wear a brace on his hand for the game. No Stanley Cup game tonight. Game 2 is going to be tomorrow, Thursday at 8 Eastern between the Golden Knights and the Hurricanes, where Las Vegas leads the series 1-0. In NFL news, Packers linebacker Michael Parsons won't be available at the start of the season as he recovers from surgery on his torn ACL and damaged meniscus. Parsons could be back in action by mid-October, as he said he has 4 months left on his rehab. Chicago Bears quarterback Caleb Williams will grace the cover of Madden 27. In Major League Baseball, the Mets outscored the Mariners 7-1, snapping Seattle's 8-game winning streak. Bo Bichette had 4 hits and 3 RBIs in the win, while the White Sox shut out the Twins 8-0. I'm Auntie Bolaños.
Elijah, put the camera on me. Sweetie.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Ack, dack,
Enter, brother.
That's right. Come on in. With that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5.
That's right. Thank you, LeBron. No matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, Sirius XM Channel 83.
Wow.
And now, live
We'll do it live.
on YouTube.
Do it live.
That's right.
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Do it. Say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Kelvin Washington.
And we are indeed the odd couple on this Worship Wednesday. And guess what? You'll need our phone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet. At least when people are still awake.
That's right. What else you gonna count it, Rob?
You can't count it any other way. Write it down, commit it to memory. And, of course, we appreciate your input, your calls. Remember, we're not a podcast. We're a radio show. We want to hear from you. 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369 for you laymen who can't figure out letters and numbers. And if you hear feedback on the line when you do call in, it's your own fault. It means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
And if you call in here and have a problem with what we say, tough, because...
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. Do you have a problem? Turn off your station.
And with all that said, always remember...
The Odd Couple was filmed in front of a live audience.
Sweet-oo beanie.
Yeah, there you go. Let's go. Big show. Let me welcome in my co-host. He is
Kelvin Washington. Man, happy Worship Wednesday. Even though you said, I don't know, what you call the man? Sam, Ruben, Rayburn. What's his name?
Who are you talking about? Raymond Burr?
Perry Mason.
Raymond Burr. He's a fine actor. Raymond Burr.
You put him above Jesus on this worship. No,
I didn't put him above Jesus. I
What'd
just
you
said
say?
you have faith in somebody you never met, and then you say you don't know anything about Raymond Burr.
You don't know my personal walk with the Lord. You don't know my personal walk with the Lord on this here Worship Wednesday.
Okay.
Feeling good, man. We got basketball kicking off here in a little over an hour.
Basketball, the finals, right?
That's right. We got the finals. So looking forward to that, man. We got some great topics coming out of that. So a big show. How you? Everything good?
All good. Ready
You
to
done
roll.
with school?
Yeah, school is officially done. I was
about to be in these streets.
Nah, I wish I was. Got a lot of stuff to go. Got a lot of weddings, birthday parties coming up. Like the next 2 weeks is lit.
Wait, are you trying to tell me you don't be winning at these weddings? I saw the movie Wedding Crasher. I know how y'all be doing.
Nah, I'm not. most of the people are too jaded, and you know what I mean? You go to a wedding, it's like, look at these people. Still not married, still looking.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like you can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. I was married. I was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
I did pull out.
I thought the love was in the air, and the love turned to lust because people been in there drinking and partying and receptioning, and so I thought you was out there having a good time.
Yeah. I mean, it just depends on what you're looking for. You know what I mean? If you're looking for, then it's your kind of wedding.
Okay. Copy that. Okay. Well, we don't know what kind of love you're looking for. You know.
Am I right or wrong, Alex and Rob G? Come on.
You're definitely right.
Listen, stop it. Hey, we do a radio show.
Caution.
Okay? Tell the people what you're saying. Stop talking to Alex. You sit next to him for 3 hours.
That's
Tell
right.
us, Rob.
All right. I don't have time for all that. All right. Hey, we do have a great show on this NBA Finals Game 1. And make sure you check out our YouTube channel. And you could do that. You can watch us, listen to us, all that. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. You could also tap the thumbs up icon and comment away. Again, you can watch us, see us every day on YouTube. Just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. All right, let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew because we wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without him. Rob G is our producer. Blood Mexican. Alex is our engineer.
Alex, you're a hidden talent.
One more time, Alex.
Alex, you're a hidden talent.
Very nice. That sounds like a guy from vaudeville time, right? Like was that
Alex, you're a hidden talent.
Was that Jack Benny's cousin or something?
Here we go again. Alex don't know no Jack Benny.
I don't.
See what I'm saying, Rob? Rob, come on up. When you gonna get the update? It's like an iPhone. When you get the update?
I said old time. That's what Jack Benny to me is, old time. All right.
We gotta get you the update.
Monty Bolaños is at the anchor desk. She'll keep us updated throughout the program. How are you, Monty? Very nice. Monty got our black on today. Very nice.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
Hi, Monty.
Why are so many more people on YouTube right now?
I know. It's unbelievable.
What?
Hey, they ain't never shared our link so fast in their life.
And she's got her guns out, too.
It's a warm day today.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Alex has his guns out. Monty has her guns out.
Look at that.
All right, Rob.
His guns are bigger than mine.
Fight, Rob.
All right.
Just get to the show.
All right. And Elijah
Never heard of him.
is our social media guru. He is one of the best in the business. All right, Rob G, here we go. Game 1. San Antonio hosting the Knicks. And what are people saying?
They're saying, damn, this took a long time to get to this topic here, but it's okay because it is the Game 1 tipping off in about 90 minutes.
Rob G.
Yes, Rob.
Okay. Do you want results, views, feedback?
You get no views on the intro, I'll tell you that right now.
Feedback.
Okay.
Do you know what? I once in Detroit, and I'm going to say this really quickly.
See, Rob G, you made it worse.
Really quickly. Our program director wanted us to end our theme song for the Sports Night with Parker and the Man. We had a song, right? Want us to end it. We stopped it for one day. We got so many calls of people who were irate that he had to put it back on.
Spineless.
Okay.
That's what I say about it.
There you go. All right, let's get to the
Less than
finals.
1% of your audience calls in. But yes, 90%,
No, but
90
they're listening.
minutes of the Game 1 tipping off here. And the big contest, of course. Victor Wembanyama, the San Antonio Spurs, rolled through the OKC Thunder, dethroned the defending champs. Sitting on the other side of the bracket, the New York Knicks dominating the Eastern Conference, 11 straight wins. Folks around the NBA in the league offices are calling it a, quote, dream matchup. Wemby versus MSG. Rob Parker, I'm assuming you agree.
I do. It is because it has a lot of elements that you want. First of all, you have the number one media market, and they haven't won since Moby Dick was a guppy, so you have that excitement. This isn't the Yankees from the 90s. You know what I mean? Where they were winning all the time. And it was great. But, after a while, if you remember in Atlanta when they won all those divisions and went to the playoffs and all that, people stopped showing up after a while, right? They had, I've been through that. I saw it. It was great. All right, yeah, I had my moment. I'm good now, This is a fever pitch, top media market, downtrodden organization that hadn't been able to win in a long time. I'm not talking about going to the finals in 1999. Hadn't been able to win since 1973. Then you add this unbelievable young player, just 22 years old, guiding this young and up-and-coming team, and you have to say, that's the future of the league. Like, it is, I either want to see Wemby or I want to see the Knicks win finally. Do you know what I mean? Like, there is something for everybody. You could root against New York, right? Even though the Knicks are more favorable this time because they haven't won in a long time, so people don't have that kind of hatred. Like when the Yankees were winning all the time, you know what I mean? Or like the Dodgers now, where people root against the Dodgers now because they win all the time. So I think those two combinations set for a perfect example and a perfect finals, and probably will be one of the biggest unless it's a 4 or 5 game situation, you know what I mean, and uncompetitive. This will be one of the NBA's best finals in a long time.
Yeah, Rob, I mean, you hit on some of the key stuff right there. I mean, you're talking about New York City, and you get the perfect fever pitch of it, Rob. It ain't just New York, right? Like, all right, it's New York, but it is specifically the Knicks. As you know, from being from New York, being a New Yorker, the Knicks are beloved. They love their Knicks. They ride, and credit the Knicks fan base. They ride with you whether you're good, you're bad, it's ugly. Ben Stiller's still showing up. Fat Joe's still showing up. Spike Lee showing up, good, bad, indifferent. Now they're finally good, and that's good for the NBA. And I think sometimes, as a fan first of basketball, before even my own teams, this is great for the league, where I don't need the Knicks being great all the time and the fans going crazy and burning up the city every year. But the Knicks having this moment, the Knicks having this real shot is great for the league. Absolutely. Then you go to the other side, and I thought about it. The only other thing I could think of a scenario specifically this year in the NBA would have been maybe if it were the Lakers, just because you get the New York-LA thing, kind of had the Yankees, Dodgers, you would have gotten that finally, right? That's the only thing I could think that maybe will be bigger than this. And is this LeBron's last year? Can Luka beat his old teammate in Jalen Brunson? That's the only one I think could have maybe been a bigger case scenario. But with this, you already mentioned it. Is this the future or is this the now with Victor Wembanyama? Is he he's on his way, he's coming? Or is this, man, he's already here, he has planted his flag, he has arrived, you ain't got to worry about it in the future, it is now. And I think you get that. You also get the literal visual of the two best players on each team. You get David versus Goliath. The 6 foot, maybe 6'1" Jalen Brunson doing his thing versus the 7'4", 5'6", wherever you want to put Wemby. And you get that kind of visual matchup, which I'm going to exploit if I'm the NBA. I'm putting so many David Goliath puns up in the stuff. And I think that's going to be great as well. So it's the proven, like the veterans we've been through, a little more grizzled versus these young upstart Spurs. So I think there's just so many elements. It's here they go again, the Spurs. Give them a few years. They seem to always be in the finals. They're right back at it again. Versus, as you mentioned, a team that hasn't been since 99 and a team that hasn't won it in, 53 years. So I think it's a great scenario. Adam Silver, for all that this NBA season has had between gambling, tanking, is the All-Star game good or not, all these other conversations, he can kind of at least go, whew, thank God the basketball gods gave us something that I can kind of maybe hang my hat on, or, could be a great check mark for the NBA and for Adam Silver.
All right, it's prediction time, and we do want to hear from you as well, 877-99 on Fox. But first, we'll give ours. I'll start, and I'll just make it real simple.
Yeah.
I really do the Spurs and what they've been able to do. I think the whole process of elimination and, oh, my God, like they need to take steps. They took steps. They took giant steps, not baby steps. And these steps are going to be completed because you have somebody that breaks the mold, is a trendsetter, is leading the way. You're watching it right before your eyes. And he's not perfect. He's not a finished product. Right. But there's no way I cannot think that Wemby's going to get it done. I think that Wemby's going to get it done. So I'm going with the Spurs in 6 games over the New York Knickerbockers.
Everything you said, I totally get. they've been so hungry, Rob, and I'll give them credit. Like, as usually a young team, you look lost, you look fumbled and disheveled. They look locked in like this is year 4, 5, 6 for them, as opposed to being 21, 20, and 22, their main three guys in there. But I'm going to go with the Knicks in 7 in a very, very tight and competitive series. But I'm going Knicks simply because, Rob, I'm just going with history. That the older, not ancient, but older veteran, kind of been through the playoffs the last few years, got close, could have been them last year, but the Pacers got them. I'm just going with that. Only because of that, I'm picking them. Wemby's remarkable. Castle ain't a normal 2-year Harper ain't a normal veteran. But I'm going with the Knicks just being able to grind it out, to grown man it out, and find a way to win.
I think you're making a huge mistake. And remember this. Let's mark this down. You'll be on the wrong side of NBA history when this is all said and done. You can't get on the Wemby bandwagon after this by going with that ragtag Knick team that's been put together. I'm not going to have it. You're off the Wemby bandwagon. We're all on it. Everyone knows it's Wemby. You want to be ahead of it. You want to be ahead of it.
No,
you want to be ahead of it. You don't want to be. You're going to be on the wrong side of history. Remember what I just told you.
Don't do that. I'm the one who sat up here and told you Wemby looks like he could be the best player ever.
You didn't want that. Yeah, but
I sat up here and told you
Wemby picked OKC. You picked OKC in Game 6 and 7. Shut up.
Because
I'm not buying what you said. Now you're going to sit there and talk about, I picked Wemby the best player. Wemby's the best player ever, but I'm going to pick OKC in Game 6 or 7. How does that make sense? It makes no sense.
He's 22.
It makes no sense.
This is his last year.
It makes no sense.
Wait, this is his last year?
No, I'm trying to tell you.
Every time I talk about how great Wemby is, what do? Hold on, wait, pump the brakes.
No,
I don't know.
I see what's going on here. I see what's going on here. And I can pick Wemby to win a series, but I'm not crowning him after playing 3 years. I'm not crowning him.
And I can say if he doesn't win a series, doesn't mean he could go on and have one of the best careers ever. And watch and see,
when the Knicks lose, you'll be like, well, I guess you're right, Mike Brown. Yeah, I guess Cat. Yeah, I guess they reverted back to when they lost to the Pacers. Yeah, I guess. They didn't play anybody. Go all in on Wemby. To get on the bandwagon. Don't be left behind. Everyone knows it's Wemby. Get on it now. Monty's on it.
I don't believe it. I don't believe you.
Alex is on it. We're all on it.
I don't believe you.
This is a Wemby station, a Wemby show.
Rob G, you already know what it is. Sing it, go New York, go New York.
No, we don't put that on. I don't want to hear that. All right,
sing it.
877-99 on Fox. We're not doing that. That's a song from the 90s. Get with it. My song's from the 60s.
Your song from the 60s even long ago. Your song been in the grave for 25, 30 years.
Who you picking?
You better stop it.
How many games? 877-99 on Fox. You want to hear your predictions? How many games and why? Are you gonna be with Kelvin and buck history and be on the wrong side of history? Are you with me and Wemby? Everyone knows it's Wemby.
And I still dance to the song.
There it is. All right, it is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on this Worship Wednesday. We want to hear from you, 877-99 on Fox, where we deliver insight, not noise. And we value your calls. Call in. We want to hear your opinion as well. Do it now. And you know what you also need to do, Alex? Stick and stay.
Unless you're like Uncle Kelvin on the wrong side of history in the US of A.
No doubt.
Rob G, you better jump in on this.
Hey,
quit acting like that, Rob
his mic
G.
is broken. Let me tell you this. Kelvin, when M Drive first came to me, I'll be honest. Like the Knicks, I had never heard of it.
I know, Mr. Born in New York. I ain't heard of him either, but honestly, man, I started paying attention, as you know, to what was going on in my body, trying to get in shape, so I had to pay attention to M Drive.
Same. After 40, I'm hovering around now a little bit.
42,
you know
43.
What I'm saying?
Who's counting, Rob?
Energy drops, weight won't move, the gym stops giving back what you put in.
And then at a certain point, you start to question, like, is it me?
It's not. It's testosterone. Did you hear me? It's testosterone. It declines after 40, and it takes everything with you.
So that is why M Drive was created. It's built exactly for that. You take 2 capsules in the morning, or you make the smoothie or a shake, And with clinically tested ingredients they support healthy testosterone, energy, and metabolism.
Here's what really got me. A scientist named Gary Kehoe, he built this thing almost 20 years ago for himself after the same change.
That's right. And look, we've been talking about it for so long. You and I were trying to get mindful of our body, mindful of our health. We're trying to get in shape. It's important. And M-Drive is absolutely a part of that.
Over 1 million men use it.
And here's what's cool. 60-day money-back guarantee. 60 days.
And we're in the middle of this, and so far, let me tell you.
It is working. Your boys are getting the results. You see it.
mdriveformen.com. And remember, use the code COUPLE, 20% off your first order.
Use that code mdriveformen.com.
M-Drive for men who still show up. Hey, Kelvin.
Yo.
Go get M-Drive and get on the Wemby bandwagon. Everyone knows it's Wemby. The New York Knickerbockers are in the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999.
Since Moby Dick was a guppy, the Knicks are back in the NBA Finals, and they are riding a hot streak. We talk about it a lot. It's 11 straight wins, blowing the doors off the competition. And one person besides the odd couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, who is not impressed by these New York Knicks, Draymond Green. Take a listen.
I double down on this. Just like Becky Hammond said, prove me wrong. Absolutely double down. Getting out of the East has never been a surefire to winning a championship. What y'all talking about? You get out of the East, you're supposed to get out of the East. It's the East. Of course you're supposed to get out of the East. That don't just mean you win a championship because you get out of the East. It's the East. Great. It's the East. Would have beat up Boston. You should get out the East. Happy for Mike Brown, by the way, but you should get out of the East.
Here's why Draymond has a bad podcast before we get to his Knick take.
Yeah.
You know why he has a bad podcast? Because who was he really friends with big time?
LeBron?
Okay. So if somebody was there to say, so you're discounting LeBron and coming out of the East and losing all of do you see what I'm saying, Rob G? Like, where's somebody to push that, and then he'd have to change his narrative on how to eat, right? Because the East was always, okay, LeBron got out, but they had to go West, and he lost all these finals.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about, guys, when you listen to podcasts and balance and somebody checking these guys. One thing, LeBron is the greatest guy ever, and now because it's the Knicks coming out of the East, he's talking about us to be in the least, and it's no big deal coming out of the East and all of that. I wish I was a co-host on that show, because I would have thrown that right back to him. Which way is he going to go? Protect his friend? Or is he going to change his tune? Mm-hmm. Remember that when you listen to these terrible podcasts out there by players. Unchecked. Underreported. Turn them off. And turn the radio back on.
That was Micah.
Yeah. Turn off your mic, and I was right about that. Yeah. All right. Anyway, I do kind of agree with
Draymond. It's all that just to agree with him. Now you agree with your favorite podcaster in the sports world. I did all that just to say I love what Draymond said there.
And that's the only thing I'm going to say. I'm not going to trash the Knicks for winning. That's who's on the schedule. You got to play. Okay? So I'm not one of these. What I always say, sports has a short menu. Wins and losses, they win. They won. They won 11 in a row. But there's always context as well. And that's all. I think if Draymond could say that and articulate the context of it, break down the teams, two of them which quit after the Cavaliers gave up a 22-point lead with 8 minutes essentially, and their coach stopped coaching or whatever it was, and Philly got punched in the mouth, right? And they kind of collapsed and just kind of gave up. And remember, this team lost and was down in the series to the Hawks 2-1. Jalen Brunson playing hero ball, people questioning Mike Brown and whether or not they were going to get out of first round, if you remember. People were like, what is this? So there is some context to say they've had an easy path, and I don't think it's a crime to say that if you view the teams that they played out of the East as easy. So I think that part is, but I don't think he articulated it well.
No, because all he was trying to do was act like the West is the best and the East is the least. And that's all he was trying to do. And it didn't even make any sense. The reason why it didn't make sense, Rob, is because not a single person is running around outside of New York, maybe the tri-state area, and saying that guaranteed now the Knicks are going to win the finals. Nobody's saying that. Literally no one is saying that. People, I don't know, the Spurs, Wemby's so great. I can see the Knicks winning.
No, just in New York. You know that because they haven't been in a finals
but
in so
he's
long,
acting
right?
like, aside from the New York Knicks fans, that anyone is just screaming they're guaranteed to win. I mean, I would imagine a lot of people are going to pick the Spurs because they beat the reigning champs and the reigning MVP. And let me also add this. This is the first time in NBA history that we had 8 or more teams lose 55 games, which means to me, I think both conferences were a little inflated. The Pistons, I don't think were quite as good as 60 win. I think they're a good team.
Now you say that?
Well, no, I said it earlier. I think everybody was a little inflated when you got to play the Pacers 4, 5, 6 times. You got to play the Bucks. You got to play the Wizards. Let's go to the West. You got to play the Jazz. You got to play the Grizzlies. You got to play a handful of these teams. There's 8 of them that were bad, tanking, or terrible in your record or how good you were. I don't think some of these teams, I don't think Denver was as good as we thought. I don't think Houston's was as good as we thought. I don't think, the obviously the Rockets weren't. I already said the Rockets. The Lakers, my point is, without Luka, obviously, Draymond is discounting what the Knicks have done. Fox Sports Radio, it is the Odd Couple, your boys, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington, on this Worship Wednesday, this day 1, game 1 of the NBA Finals, finally kicking off here in a little bit. By the way, the world's biggest soccer tournament is here as well, and you can trade every match at Kalshi. Download the Kalshi app and use code ODD, that's ODD, to get $10 when you trade $10. Kalshi, trade on anything, and I do mean anything too, by the way. All right. Rob, let's get some phone calls. I heard her eager to jump in on this. Essentially, who you got and why? NBA Finals. Let's go.
All right. Hey, here we go. Let's do it. Derek in Pennsylvania. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Derek?
Yes, I'm from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, not Pennsylvania. Love the show, guys. You guys get me home every night.
Thank you, Derek.
Nice.
We appreciate it. Yes, I'm just playing with Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. I'm on the Wemby bandwagon for a couple years. I hope it's a great series. My girlfriend is a Knicks fan, so I'm going with the Spurs in 6.
Very nice, Derek. I love it. Spurs in 6.
Derek, you're not coming over to my house or Rob's house. Don't you want to make her happy?
No. Don't worry about that.
Well, every time you guys say play the bit, everybody knows it's Wemby. I always sing, and Wemby has slam, dunks, and stands back and hits that 3.
Hey, don't worry. We got the song coming, going to debut in the last hour of the show. I have a fuller version of it.
I can't hear it. My headphones already
Very
broken
nice.
out.
Hey, Derek, are you there? Let's hear it. This is for you. Everyone knows it's Wemby. Appreciate you,
And
Derek.
Wemby has slam, dunks, can set back and hit that 3.
I love it.
Alex, you got to get that.
Appreciate it. All right, Damon in New York. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Damon? How are you? Damon, going once.
Oh, hey.
Go ahead. What you got?
What's up?
How you brothers doing today? All right.
We're doing great.
Excellent, man. Thank you.
All right. Long-time listener. It's my third time calling.
Well, we
It's been a while,
appreciate
though.
it. Thank you, Derek. Go ahead. Yep.
It's Damon, by the way.
Damon, yep.
Okay, yeah. Kelvin, I like you, man, but I'm gonna have to go with Mr. Rab on this one, man. I got San Antonio in 6.
There you go, another one. You know why? Because everybody knows it's Wemby. Everyone knows it's Wemby.
That's right.
There you go. Damon is on board. He calling from New York and he picking the Spurs. Let's squeeze in one more. How about Roger in Michigan? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. We're going for the hat trick. Where are you, Roger?
I'm on the Lake Shore of West Michigan, and I just want to run something down to you. Everybody up here was like, oh, the Pistons. I told them guys 2 years ago, man, the Pistons are going to trash out and die. And they did. I used to watch the Spurs play when I lived down there years ago, and I saw them knock down Michael Jordan and the Bulls in their second year of championship fever. And I've been a Spurs fan since. I'm picking the Spurs in 6, and it's going to be a Wemby 35-foot splashdown fest.
Here we go. Everyone knows it's Wemby. Unbelievable. We screened 3,000 calls to this radio show, and all 3 were Wemby calls. Is that unbelievable?
Shout out to the other 2,997 of them.
Unbelievable. Rob G's exhausted in there.
Crazy. Rob G in there sweating. Rob G got carpal tunnel from answering the phone all those times. Dang, Rob G, I'm sorry,
Rob G was working so hard he thought he was in the 10 Commandments. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Only you can say that. Oh, boy. All right. Shout out to everybody, all 2,997 that couldn't get through. We appreciate you.
What?
We got more on this, including the coach's angle as well.
Monty, you better be on board. I can't wait.
Yeah, let's hear it. Monty Bolaños, who you got?
I think these teams are really evenly matched, and I think anyone can win. I'm going to take Knicks in 6.
Oh, my.
That's what I'm going to take.
I think you got a really good pick.
Bad
like
pick,
the number
Monty.
2.
Why are the Spurs going to win? Who's going to guard Wemby, and who is Wemby going to guard?
They got him on Josh Hart.
They got a lot of players. It's not the team.
The Knicks have a lot of players.
The team is not just Wemby. And what I love the most for a young team, when they won Game 1 and Game 7 on the road against the defending champs, that talks about your mettle, what you're made of. That's why
they ain't been in Madison Square
That's
Garden.
why Kelvin didn't think they could win there. You know, they didn't think they could win Game 6, and they didn't think they could win Game 7 because they're young. And that's the way you should look at them. But that's not what this is. Sometimes you have to look and say, what am I watching? What is different from what normally plays out? Kelvin's not the premise of what he's talking about makes sense because that's what it's always been in the NBA. But I'm just saying, this is something different, and we're going to see it in this series.
Remember these 2 letters, Monty and Rob, OG.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm with you. I'm so with you.
Just remember that. OG Anunoby.
Yeah. He'll have his pinky broke, too. That'll be the other pinky that'll break.
I think the Spurs have not met a team like the Knicks right now. We saw a shell of OKC. That's all I'm going to say. All right, guys. Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
I always knew I like Monty.
It's funny, Monty. A shell of them, but they won their first 8 playoff games. No.
In that series against the Spurs.
Okay.
It was a complete shell of them. Absolutely. Up
Monty,
until then.
You ain't got to worry about making sense.
And there was a shell, but it was a 7-game series that went down to losing at home.
Because the immaturity in the Spurs came out in those games where they lost. And if you... Come on, Rob. You think the Thunder played their best basketball against the Spurs?
That's not how it goes, though.
Exactly. Okay. All right. So then
I could say that Atlanta wasn't a good team. Philadelphia didn't play their best basketball. They quit, and I could say the same thing after Game 1 with Cleveland.
Right.
I could use your argument
100%,
to say that.
But the Knicks have won 11 in a row and have crushed.
But
against those teams, like they swept Philadelphia. So the Spurs didn't sweep.
The 24
they quit. Yes, they crushed. They quit.
But I'm just saying the way that the Knicks have won. Let's not take away from that, and let's not say like the Cavs sucked. The Cavs just were outmanned by the Knicks. Like
they were up by 22 in Game 1,
and then that was it, and then that was the end of it, and that was over. Knicks and Spurs.
Monty,
you are here with me.
Monty, just bend and heel to me. That's it.
Knicks and Spurs is going to tip off in less than an hour, guys. And Mitchell Robinson is expected to play. He's probably going to wear a brace on his hand. Broken pinky finger, boxer's break, or whatever they're calling that. No Stanley Cup Finals tonight, but Game 2 is going to be tomorrow, Thursday, between the Golden Knights and the Hurricanes. It all starts at 8 Eastern. Las Vegas leads that series 1-0. When it comes to Major League Baseball right now, the Guardians and the Yankees are tied at 1 apiece. Bottom of the second inning. Red Sox over the Orioles 1-0. Bottom of the third. Royals lead the Reds 2-0. Top of the second. Blue Jays up on the Braves 1-0. Top of the second. And lastly here, guys, Packers linebacker Michael Parsons probably not going to be available at the start of the season. He's still recovering from that torn ACL and damaged meniscus. He even said that he has 4 months left on his rehab, so he could be back in action by mid-October. Back to you guys.
Well, I tell you, Monty, thank you so much. You're just amazing. The enlightenment is crazy. Our couple, Rob and Kelvin, on a Worship Wednesday. Tyrek Play of the Day, Shepherd City on the way as well. But again, we're getting you ready for Game 1 of the NBA Finals in probably less than an hour now. Rob G., we talked about this last year, almost a year ago exactly. The Knicks made the decision to move on from Tibbs. Then they got Mike Brown. And so now they're we just talked about it with Monty, 11-game winning streak. They haven't lost in like a month and a half. And they got a new coach, and he did his thing.
Yeah, they haven't lost in over 40 days. And this 11-game stretch, statistically, the single greatest 11-game stretch, regular or postseason in NBA history.
Just like you were telling me about OKC and their numbers, how great they were. But go ahead.
That's cool. I picked the Spurs in that series, Rob.
I know you did.
But
I know. I'm just saying how numbers can play out sometimes.
That
That's
is
all you would,
factual.
right? We talked about it. Oh, they got their rating was higher than any other team. Okay,
that's right. You still got to play the games. But the New York Knicks, Tom Thibodeau got to the Eastern Conference Finals, got axed in favor of Mike Brown, and Mike Brown, very quietly, has turned this team into a juggernaut. So I have to assume now, Rob Parker, you especially, you're going to admit now that Mike Brown is just a great head coach, right?
Rob Parker admit?
No way, no how. This Knick run is an indictment of Tibbs. This is why Tibbs was fired last year. Kelvin bellyached, couldn't believe it, didn't think he should be fired. This is why Tibbs was fired, because they beat the defending champs last year and then lost at the first 2 games at home and wind up not getting to the finals. And this is just a continuation. It's no surprise. Coming into this season, the Knicks had a clear path. They didn't live up to the expectations on how people expected them to play, but this was their chance. People are acting like this is out of nowhere. This is not out of anywhere. Milwaukee was down. Indiana was down. Boston was down. The Knicks were supposed to be here from the East. They were. And it took a while, and they got here with some play. But I'm not crowning Mike Brown, Charlie Brown, whatever you want to call him yet. If he wins a championship, then we'll have another conversation. But the Knicks were here last year. They were supposed to be here last year after they beat the Celtics, the defending champs, and they didn't get it done. I told you Tibbs should be fired. The Knicks were smart. They got rid of him because you can't afford to have a team not win when they knock off the defending champs and then lose back-to-back games at home to start the series.
Rob, how you going to tell me they should have fired Tibbs? They fire him. That's fine. They bring in Mike Brown. He's gotten a team to the finals, first time in 26, 27 years, and you don't want to give him any credit. That don't make any sense. You said they need to make a change. They made the change. They got the guy. They're here now, and you still ain't going back to Tibbs. Now,
it's an indictment of Tibbs. It's an indictment because he should have got there last year. This team should have got there last year. That's what the indictment is.
But you also are saying how easy their path was this year. So Tibbs had a much harder path and was a game away from getting to the finals. But Mike Brown, according to you and others, had the easier path. Atlanta was easy. Philly was easy. The Cavs were easy. So it should be nothing on Mike Brown, right? Because Tibbs had a much harder road, according to the way we're trying to say it.
No. Last year they beat the defending champs. Everybody and their uncle expected the Knicks to get to the finals. That was the disappointment last year. Tibbs didn't respond. They didn't respond to Tibbs after game 1. Okay, you lost game 1. You gave up a 14-point lead with 2.5 minutes to go. And then you should come back, right? Shake that game off. What did they do in game 2? They got blowed out in that game, losing by 8 or 10 or 12 points or whatever it was.
But what I'm saying is, so why can't Mike Brown get the credit if everything?
When they win a championship, I'll give Mike Brown credit. This team was already.
You ain't even gave him no credit. You told him if they get to the finals, you'll give him credit.
No,
I gotta wait
not.
to see it.
No,
yes,
I don't.
you did.
I did not.
You
Mike
literally
Brown,
said, "I'll wait." You
Mike
said, "I gotta
Brown
wait
Mike
to see
Brown
it."
is so good. He's been fired like 5 times. Look at his
No,
resume.
I'm not acting like
I
Mike
know,
Brown.
Mike. You make him like he's some genius coach.
I'm not acting like it. What I'm saying is, he came into a pressure cooker. Rarely do you walk into something and a finals is the only thing. Usually somebody's fired because the team isn't good or they're mid or something, and you walk in, you're supposed to improve.
Tom Izzo won a national championship. Anybody can win a national championship or a championship.
How we go back to college where college coaches are there for 72? You smiling. You even know that.
I'm just saying. The idea that you win and I'm not, they didn't win anything yet. When they lose, then we'll see.
Right.
If they lose to the young Wemby and the 22-year-old team, and they got the veteran team, and they lose this series, I want to hear what the narrative will be or the conversation, and it ain't going to be the same. I'll tell you that.
I highly doubt it's going to be more about Wemby because what it'll take for them to win. I'll just say this. I agree. Mike Brown still has something to prove. He's been good as a coach before. He's gotten teams better. I agree with that. But I'm saying I give him credit for when the Knicks got stagnant and we're like, I don't know, something seems off. Like, what's going on? Remember they had the 10-game losing streak. They righted the ship. We're like, oh, here come the Knicks. They're being terrible. They righted the ship. Get in the postseason. You're down 2-1 to the Hawks. Oh, see, there they go. Righted the ship and opened up the offense. And now he's got Mikal Bridges looking like he's peak, John Starks before that game 7. And he can't miss. He's got the offense flowing. He's running through the high post with Towns. So I'll give him credit. Nobody's saying he's the return of Phil Jackson or anything, but I'll give him credit that he's found a way to ignite this offense, ignite this team. 11 in a row and 24-point win margin is crazy. So I got to give him some credit, but now he still has one more level to earn our respect in the finals.
All right, give him credit. I'll wait till it's all over. I got no credit for Mike Brown. What is he, American Express card? I'm not.
Why don't you give him some American Express? You got 22 cards. I see it every day. You pull out your money. You pull out your credit card. I don't know why you do that. What is that all about?
I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. That's all.
Man, we sitting there talking to me dead in my eyes. I just think the Lakers need it, and then pulling out $22 in my face. Why do I want to see that, Rob?
I'm still carrying cash, Alex. That's how old I am.
No, I still carry cash, too. I'm with you on that. All right, on the way, we got your Tie Rack play of the day, Shekel City as well, and a little bit more getting you ready for Game 1 of the NBA Finals. It is your boys, the Odd Couple, on a Worship Wednesday. Stick with us, Fox Sports Radio.
We did have a Game 7 in the NBA Western Conference Finals. Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs dethroned the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder on the road in Game 7. SGA, bounce back game for him, looked like the best player on the floor, but it wasn't enough because, as you mentioned, Chet Holmgren didn't really show up at all. And as a result, their quest for back-to-back belly-to-belly championships has come to an end.
Kelvin, I got to say this. Is this on?
It's on. We got you.
This might be the greatest moment of NBA history. And I know you're thinking because Wemby made it to the championship, to the finals, and he's only 22 years old, that is not why this is the greatest moment in NBA history. It's because the OKC Thunder are not going to the finals, do not have a chance to build a dynasty, and we can forget about this team. Not winning again and falling by the wayside is the best thing. They can easily become the 2019 Toronto Raptors. Nobody remembers that. They know that Kawhi played on that team. They won a championship. Despite a two-time MVP, despite an 8-0 start in the postseason and all the other stuff where people thought, I don't know who's going to beat them. They're going to win the next 5, 6, 7 championships. That's all people were saying last year. One and done is the greatest way to extinguish this team and not have it burnt into our memory. We can forget about how awful it is aesthetically to watch them play. Chet who?
No, don't even go there.
Shea who? You heard me, Shea who? Boo-hoo-hoo, Shea who? I'm not boo-hooing. I'm celebrating. There was so much confetti in my hair after Saturday night. I thought I had dandruff.
I got some new shampoo, too, if you want to use it.
I'm thrilled. It is absolutely awesome.
Well, listen, the Spurs definitely made a whole lot of people happy.
Including me.
Because a lot of people were hoping that the Thunder would lose. And I do think we talked about this with Antonio Daniels, that I think the flopping, which is annoying, is slightly overblown. Like when you watch the Thunder, they play good ball, they play hard, they play defense, they're united, it's a good team. But I get the sentiment. What I don't like, though, actually, and you could have taken them out per se and had it be Denver or Milwaukee. I'm not a fan of this. Every other year, somebody winning. I like dynasties.
No, but a good dynasty. Don't you like a good dynasty?
I like Warriors and Cavs every year. Marketing down, put it in pen. This is what we're gonna get: LeBron and Steph, Kyrie for a couple of few of those years, and Clay and Draymond and KD and all. Give me that. If I can, why am I not signing up to see, greatness year in, year out? Why would I want to see the Celtics and the Lakers or so on and so forth when you get some good rivalries and good battles? So for me, that's what I walk away from this going, dang, it happened again. Well, we're going to have another one-time champ. Now, obviously, the Spurs will want to say, hey, no, if we win it, we're going to be right back at it. But to your point, with the Thunder, we don't know. Because it looks like the Spurs can win it and be a threat, but they might be back and forth. They're not winning maybe 8 years before they win it again. You never know. But I go back to this Thunder team. The one good thing for them that they've done, Rob, is be able to have a bunch of different young players and trade assets and draft picks. Because what they can do, what a lot of other teams can't, Rob, they can say we got our best player, SGA. We got our second best player, J-Dub. We got some ancillary nice pieces. And we got some ancillary nice pieces that can go, that'll be coveted, that we can trade, that we can get rid of. And we got mad first-round picks. So that's one reason why I don't think they're going to go away. Obviously, they're not going to be a dynasty.
But there's a big difference between coming back a couple years later. And I'm just saying, once you win back-to-back, remember, those Spurs team was Tim Duncan never won back-to-back. And that's why people don't have or hold it. Like I say it all the time. Tim Duncan won 5 out of 6 championships. He's never even mentioned. Mm-hmm. He could have easily been 6 for 6 like Michael Jordan, but they never won more than one in a row.
Which is crazy. It was like on the odd years, like 99, 03, right. 05, 07.
Do you know what I mean? It changes the way you look at it. And when you just talk about they're good, OKC could easily be Milwaukee, could easily be Toronto, and nobody's talking about those teams.
That's what's
they won a championship.
And that's why when you heard SGA, he talking about, I'll paraphrase, but he said, I failed. Because to me, that's exactly what this season was supposed to be for him. Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Worship Wednesday, on day 1 of the NBA Finals. Hey, next hour, Trey Wingo, founder and host of the Wingo Network, going to join us. Him and Rob will argue about something and yell for 30 minutes.
No arguing with Trey Wingo. I'm going to let it go.
Look at my face. I don't believe you.
What? I'm going to let it go.
John Morosi, MLB Network and Fox Sports Radio MLB Insider, going to join us in our last hour. So a whole lot to get you still on the show. Let's get into it right now. It is your Tire Rack Play of the Day.
2-0 pitch and a high fly ball way up there to deep right field. Does the wind have it? Back at the wall. Gone! A sky duster to right, way up there into the twilight, and it dropped into the chop house.
Brave Radio on the call. And the Braves, of course, playing some good baseball, per usual, really. They're always a good team. That's your Tire Rack Play of the Day, brought to you by Tire Rack. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, for where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. All right, Rob, let's get to Shekel City.
Welcome to Shekel City, the home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
All right, 1-2 last night, 153 and 123. 30 games over 500. How about them apples? That's not too shabby.
Nope.
This late in the game. Tonight, my best bet, I'm taking the Spurs -4.5 hosting the Knickerbockers. Knicks are due for a loss. How about a double-digit loss? Knicks are due for a loss. It'll happen in San Antonio. That Yankees -1.5. They're hosting the Guardians.
Yankees
Win. Ow.
I told you that's not funny no more, Rob, since I saw the video.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he got hit in the face that hard. My gosh.
Ow. All right.
Coming back at me.
And the Brewers -1.5 hosting the Giants. So again, here we go. Brewers -1.5, Yankees -1.5, and the best bet, Spurs -4.5. And remember, I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on.
All right. There you have it. Shekel City. Rob G, what is this? Talk about the idea that the Knicks being the biggest long shot ever?
Yeah, it's crazy to say about a team that's won 11 straight by a record number, but according to multiple sports books, and I know Ross spends a lot of time with the sports books.
Oh, yeah.
The New York Knicks coming into these playoffs were over 20-1 odds to win the NBA championship. Part of it being that everybody was on the Thunder and the Spurs, and the Eastern Conference, I think they were the third seed. Everybody was on Boston. So nobody was really buying these New York Knicks. So now...
No, because their season was supposed to be about getting there, and then they sputtered. You know what I mean? So people going into the playoffs were like, okay.
So now, if they get it done, they will statistically be the longest long shot in NBA history to win an NBA championship. Something or nothing.
I'm going to go nothing. I get the literal numbers of it all. Excuse me. But they've been in the postseason. They've got a core that's been together. Like, to me, this isn't like out of the blue, like some random. I feel more like the Pacers. And I know they had a great second half, but Rob and I admitted, we talked about it. We didn't even think about them. Nobody was really talking about the Pacers. It was, is the Knicks going to do something? Boston, obviously, this. Like, there were other conversations being specifically in the Eastern Conference. This Knicks team, Rob said it, they were supposed to get here or at least be here. They were supposed to make some noise. They've got good players. I think Jalen Brunson's a star. I know Rob doesn't. And so they've got good players. I just don't think it's that crazy to me. Like, if the Knicks win it, I don't think anybody's going to be shocked. Even if you pick the Spurs, I don't think Rob would be shocked, even though he's picked the Spurs. Or at least I'm speaking for him. But I view more. I would have been more shocked
if they lose this. What would you think? What, like, seriously, if the Knicks lose this series,
I would absolutely
would
be shocked.
Would you be like, you'd be shocked that a young team when Wemby won?
No, I think because I told you they had me. I rolled with the Thunder based off. All right, hey, they already won it. They got to get knocked off. Give them that credit. The Spurs have been scary all season. They've beaten all the good teams. They beat up on the Thunder.
Even the Thunder during the regular season. I know.
Yeah, so the Spurs aren't. They're freaks. They're freaks. Stephon Castle is not supposed to be this doggish, this strong at 21, right? Taking it to people, hungry on both ends of the court. Wemby's not supposed to drop 40 and 20 and block every shot and care and cry and be so emotional. Like, they're weird. They're an anomaly, which is why, again, I pick, like, normally I'd have picked the Knicks in 5 or 6, some young random team that made it say it was fluky. No, the Spurs are scary, and they absolutely can win this thing. So I don't think anybody will be shocked if the Knicks won. I think, would you? I know you picked the Spurs. You'd be shocked if the Knicks won?
Yeah, I would be shocked that they beat Wemby. I would.
Okay.
I would. Despite the 11 in a row. I really think Wemby we're going to see something that we're not supposed to see or haven't seen.
Well, speaking of Wemby, I think he might be under some pressure.
We are Fox Sports.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
Something
Game 1 of the NBA Finals is almost here between the Knicks and the Spurs. Everything tips off from San Antonio at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And New York big man Mitchell Robinson is expected to play tonight despite his broken pinky finger. He will likely wear a brace on his hand for the game. The Dodgers taking on the Diamondbacks in Arizona. First pitch at 9:40 Eastern. Shohei Ohtani will pitch and DH tonight, but he will be off tomorrow, Thursday. Right now in baseball, Phillies lead the Padres 1-0, bottom of the 6th inning. The Red Sox up on the Orioles at home 3-0, bottom of the 4th inning. Phillies over Padres 1-0. Not sure if I got that one right. Bottom of the 6th inning. Red Sox over the Orioles 3-0, bottom of the 4th. Guardians and Yankees are tied at 1, top of the 4th. Jazz Chisholm Jr. with the home run to tie the game for New York. Blue Jays lead the Braves 2-1, bottom of the 3rd inning. And the Royals are up on the Reds 2-0, top of the 4th inning. I'm Monty Bolaños.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 2. On
Numero
this,
dos.
That's right. On this Worship Wednesday, Game 1 of the NBA Finals, starting up about 8:30 Eastern.
This time, it counts.
Down in San Antonio. And make sure you check out the Odd Couple, because we're worth it. That's right. You can listen to the radio show. You can listen to the podcast if you can't listen to the radio show live. And you can also watch us live on YouTube. It's real simple. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Check us out on YouTube. Again, just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. Trey Wingo coming up, founder and host of the Wingo Network. He's coming up in about 20.
Oh, yeah, which means I get a nice little break. Looking forward to that.
Streets are saying they're direct competition to MLBBro.com.
No, that's...
shoot. Oh, that means, Rob G, they're really going to be getting at it. That means I'm going to take a nice little break. Go stretch out, maybe go get
break,
some popcorn.
Not at all.
Water.
You'll be good. It'll be you and Trey. And I want to hear more about the Wingo Network. I guess that's a YouTube channel, Rob G.
Yeah, he's doing big things, man. According to him, we'll see. Got some intel on what's going on with Aaron Donald and the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess did he talk to his wife? Also, one's got to go.
That's a crazy question. I know what you mean,
crazy.
But it is a crazy question.
It just sounded crazy.
No, but the wife has a lot to do. Did you hear her? She wasn't having it. She's like, "Oh, y'all are funny" or whatever she said.
She gonna let him go away for 2 months. It'd be 8 weeks. Go ahead, halfway through the season. Go ahead, play your little football. Go ahead, do your thing. I'll see you in 8 weeks. She gonna let him come back.
Yeah, okay. All right, so we got a lot of that to get to. And Rob G, the finals are always a time for pressure. Teams, who's supposed to win, who's not supposed to win, all that kind of stuff. What about this series?
Absolutely. We're about 30 minutes away. Tip-off Game 1 of the NBA Finals, Spurs, Knicks. And, of course, leading up to this series, you got these big think pieces, The Athletic, CBS, ESPN. What's going on with Wemby? What's going on with Jalen Brunson? What's going on with Mike Brown? We talked about that in hour 1. And, of course, with all due respect to what the Knicks are doing, the biggest story has to be the biggest guy on the floor, Victor Wembanyama. In fact, in a feature by ESPN, one anonymous NBA GM, not a previous one, a current GM, said Wemby is actually Shaq 2.0. They compared the trajectory of when they started their careers. Both of them made the finals in their third NBA season. And by all accounts, the expectation is not just that Wemby is going to win this series, which a lot of people are picking. The expectation is that he's going to keep winning series and keep collecting championships, much in the same way and even passing what Shaq did. So you have to imagine then, if that's the expectation, there isn't anybody who's dealing with more pressure right now than Victor Wembanyama.
Well, I think this, Rob, I think I look at it a little differently than the way Rob G was breaking it down there for me. I think it's a compliment that I personally believe he's under more pressure, but it's a compliment. I'll explain why. Jalen Brunson was the 33rd pick. Jalen Brunson, I believe, is a star. You don't even believe it. And my point is the fact that he's not universally regarded as like a superstar. I think he's an absolute star in this league. Jalen Brunson has maybe overachieved. The Knicks, obviously, for them, this getting there at the end of the day, you want to win it. I know he'll not be happy if they lose, but my point is it means a lot to that city. They got there, we're on a way, we're trajectory, we're better. I think for me, when I look at Wemby, and you know how I feel about him and where he could potentially be when it's all said and done, one thing you don't want to take for granted in this current day and age is the idea that like, oh, he'll be back. Oh, he'll be back. Because you just never know. Because you and I both agree on one thing about Wemby. His real challenge isn't going to be Chet, clearly. Ain't going to be Joker. It's going to be health. And my thing is, if you're Wemby, I think the pressure's on to absolutely win now. So that as you continue to go along, have a great career, in the event your health is never necessarily the greatest, you're in and out, and just things don't always necessarily work out for you, you have in your bag, at least at minimum, I've got the one. Like, so you can always say, we can never say, well, he ain't never win anything. He was so good. He can have that. So that if anything were to happen, things happen, trades, changes. Also, the NBA is in a second apron issue or challenge for teams. That's why we're not seeing any repeat champs. We keep getting one champ, another champ, another champ, another champ. And the NBA is kind of set up that way. So let's say that he doesn't win this year and he goes, oh, he'll be back. Maybe have you. So this current NBA is not you and I's NBA where you saw Jordan, you go, you automatically knew he'll be there. You saw the Warriors with KD and Steph, they'll be there. Oh, LeBron will make it from the East. This isn't as clear-cut and as easy. So if I'm Wemby and he wants to be who he thinks he is and how great it can be, you have to win him. And my last point, Rob, you can't start having too many zeros in the win column, meaning he can't go 0 for 1 because if we're going to be consistent, that's what we do to people who are contending for greatness, like LeBron. Well, he's 4-10, or he lost more than this, or he isn't that. Magic was great. He won 5, but he lost 4. And so Wemby doesn't want to also start stacking up. Well, yeah, you went to 5 finals. I'm making it up here, but you only won 3. So you're 3-2. And I think that also be something, again, if you're starting to talk the best ever, the greatest ever, we have to use things against you, right? We got to start picking at things that can go against him. So his career and trajectory is much different than a Brunson, much different than the Knicks. He's trying to be legendary, iconic, maybe the best ever. So I think he doesn't want to start having where he has losses in the win-loss column in the finals. And also don't just go, oh, I automatically will be back. Because, Rob, you just never know.
Preposterous, ridiculous. What? Just absolutely ridiculous that you think a 22-year-old kid who's made the playoffs for the first time, like, oh, my God, like he has to win, and people are going to look at him and look down on him. This kid they won 22 games, 24 games. The last couple of years they win 60 or whatever. Like it's a progression. But the idea that he has to win, the Knicks are fortunate. Boston's going to be back. Indiana's going to be back. We don't know. Maybe Milwaukee reloads and they don't trade Giannis. The Miami Heat, I don't know. Maybe they get Giannis. They're going to be teams. The Knicks might not be back. They didn't make it last year. The Knicks might not be back. This might be their one thing where everything aligned for the Knicks and it worked out. Wemby will be back. The idea that you think that if Wemby loses, like, oh, my God, it's the end of the world. No, it's not. Everybody says it. He's ahead of schedule. Ain't no way anybody thought they were going to make this kind of run with this young of a team. They're only going to get more. They're only going to get better. They went to the defending. They went through the defending champs. It wasn't like the defending champs got knocked out and they beat the other team to get in. They went through the defending champs. I don't look at it that way. After 1 year in the playoffs, if you told me they had been in the playoffs 4 times and this was the first time they made a run to the championship, maybe I could buy that. This is the first year in the playoffs for Wemby. This is an incredible run, and I don't look at it that way. The pressure is on the New York Knicks to finally get it done, to stop with the Willis Reed, to stop with the 1973, to stop the drought. They're there. Here's your chance. You may never get here again. I don't know how you can look at Wemby and whatnot. That's anybody, of course, if he gets hurt. But I'm not looking at Wemby like that and saying, oh, yeah, he has to win. A 22-year-old kid in his first playoff run, he has to win this year? Otherwise, we're going to look at his career weird?
No, nobody's going to look at his career weird. What I'm saying is where he wants to be and what he believes he can be, right? We all know
if he doesn't win, he doesn't win this year and goes to the finals next year and win, this is going to be a demerit. LeBron lost his first one he went.
That's my point. And we start using those L's against you is exactly my point because people start doing how many do you have? Well, how many you lose?
No, but LeBron's been there 10 times, though, and lost a lot. That's the reason.
What I'm saying is if you're
Wemby,
first time? And what I'm saying, if you're Wemby and say, let's meet in the middle, meaning let's say he doesn't go to 6 like Jordan or 10 like LeBron or whatever. Let's say he gets to 3, maybe 3 or 4. My point is you want to have it on your side where you're maybe 3-1 in those 4. Or obviously 4-0 would be great. You don't want to have it where you're 2-2, and so that we can always say, well, he was only 2-2 in the finals. If you got a chance to win one and win it now and start to accumulate the things as you're on the road to trying to be the greatest, which he makes no puns about. He doesn't make any shorts. He wants to be the best. He wants to be the greatest. You have to start accumulating. So I don't want to take it for granted if I'm him. I absolutely get your point. I told you I think he has the talent to be the best ever. But I don't want to go, dang, I lost, I'll be back. Don't worry about it. Because you just never know. The way the NBA is set up right now, Joker may never get back again. Giannis looked like he ain't getting back. Obviously, we'll see what happens in offseason this year. And obviously, looks like the Warrior run is over.
I can't look at those guys the same way as Wemby at 22 years old, who could have 14 years to play, and the idea that he's afraid that he has pressure, he has to win, otherwise he'll never get to the NBA final. None of that can be in your
Wemby just said
process.
It himself. He said no great person. He was talking about no great is impatient, meaning they want to win now and they feel like it's
of course they want to win now, but I'm talking about pressure. This is this New York Knicks team is nobody. That's why they had the highest odds. Nobody expected them. They struggled with Atlanta. People were like, what is this team? They lost.
Put that on your tombstone.
So it doesn't make sense.
The Knicks of 2026 struggle with Atlanta.
No,
because you bring that up. They don't won 11 straight with a margin of victory.
Because a lot of people, it was at that moment. And you talking about
something that happened back
it was at that moment
40 days ago.
People questioned them. It was at that moment that there was question, and that's why they got to get it done. I'm just serious. I think
I'm looking at it differently.
The Knicks aren't going on no run. They're not going to win 3 in a row. They're not built like that.
I get that. I think I'm looking at it I'm looking at it Wemby and legacy and a chance to already check, right? All right, defensive player, check, already got that. Obviously, MVP could be coming from
Michael Jordan didn't win for 7 years, and he's the greatest. So
Michael Jordan didn't get to the finals. Wemby's already there.
I know, but he still didn't win. He didn't win anything. It didn't stop him from being the greatest.
We didn't have conversations of him being the greatest. We already are having this.
If Wemby doesn't win the first 4 years and runs off 3 or 4 in a row, ain't nobody going to be talking about, oh, you remember the first year when they lost to the Knicks? That's not how it goes, Kelvin.
I completely disagree in that this is what we do. We start to nitpick. And all I'm saying is if you're Wemby and you're here now, go ahead and get it now. Get that ring now, just simply because of where you're trying to go. You don't want to lose on the column side of your finals record if you can avoid that. And the fact, again, that you just don't know what the second apron and the way things go. Can they pay Stephon Castle and can they pay Dylan Harper and all these things? So if you can start accumulating it now, go ahead. Get all this on the road to be potentially one of the greatest, if not the greatest, if you're Wemby, to me, because you don't want to take any second chances.
877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Who is under more pressure to win these NBA Finals, Wemby or Jalen Brunson? 877-99 on Fox. It is The Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not noise. And we value your phone calls. We want to hear from you, your opinion, 877-996-6369. This is how we separate ourselves from podcasts. Reach out. Touch us. Talk to us. And you know what else you should do?
What's that?
Stick and stay
for the elongated version of this wonderful song in the US of A.
Can't wait. Everyone knows it's Wemby.
All right, we got the NBA Finals, but we got something else that's happened too. The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived, and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. So on Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the finals. So you know me, love an underdog story, love picking up the guys who are, been written off, and picking the favorites is easy, but riding with the long shot is just fun, like I just did with the Knicks. Well, what? That in mind, I want you to think about this one. So Mexico is currently trading at just 1.3% to win it up. $100 that is going to pay out over $7,100 if they win soccer's biggest prize. In Mexico, of course, they're going to be well represented with the games being in the U.S., and there's going to be games even, of course, in Southern California. You got them all here in the States. They probably have a huge Mexican-American population. So it wouldn't shock me at all to see them have a deep run, getting some support from the fans as well. And on Kalshi, you're trading against peers in the live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app. Use code ODD, that's ODD, to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, that's Kalshi. Even if you're watching right now the Roland Garros, if you're watching the French Open, you can even trade on that. You can trade on anything. Shoot, you can even trade on Drake music. So go check them out. That's Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Restrictions and eligibility apply. Not available in all states and must be 18 plus. Trading involves significant risk. Consider if it's appropriate for your financial circumstances. Prices and value may differ and some markets may not be active. See Kalshi.com/regulatory for more.
But Rob G, the Knicks have been impressive. Like since they lost those 2 games to the Hawks, it's been full steam ahead.
Oh, it goes way before that, Rob Parker. Since January 20th, the Knicks have the best net rating in basketball. But more specifically, during this 11-game stretch, the New York Knicks are the greatest team in NBA history, at least statistically. All right. They've won 11 straight. They've outscored their opponents in the playoffs by a total of 262 points, the highest point differential across 11 games during any point in NBA history, regular, preseason, postseason, summer pickup games, you name it. The New York Knicks are dominating in ways we have never seen. Their point differential through the first 14 games, including those losses they had there against Atlanta, the highest in NBA playoff history. 34 points better than what some call the greatest team ever, the 2017 Warriors, Steph and KD. Each of the other 7 teams below New York in terms of point differential, those Warriors, 87 Lakers, 71 Bucks, 96 Bulls, 86 Celtics, 01 Lakers, 16 Cavs, all won the championship that season. The Knicks are currently tied for the most 25-plus point wins in the playoff and the most 30-plus point wins in one playoff. And they still have one more round to go. Guys, by all accounts, these New York Knicks are for real.
They are for real, Rob. They ain't historically real. That's what the conversation is. They are a really good team. I give them credit. They found their way. Mike Brown has kind of changed this offense, and obviously they've been through the fire the last couple of seasons together. And some of the players, 3 of them, have literally won championships in college together. So they have that camaraderie. They have that thing. So I'll give them credit. I expect them to compete well into the NBA Finals. However, we're talking about historic. That they are not, in my opinion. I know the analytics would say that, and I'm sure Kenny Atkinson's would say we lost to a historically, analytically great team of all time. And what we're going to do, we were analytically better than the best team of all time. But no, I look at some of these teams. You mentioned some of them. 2000, 2001 Lakers, that team was insane. 15-1. Shaq and Kobe in their prime. Kobe obviously would continue to grow. He was still young, but I mean, they 11-0 in that Western Conference Finals. And if Allen Iverson doesn't step over Tyronn Lue, they might have won 16-0. You know, so that, I look at a team like that when I think of dominance. And partly also, Rob, I think the issue with this Knicks team is you sometimes kind of have to have the foes, right? Like if you were beating up on some really good teams,
context matters.
Then like if they beat, let's say they beat the number 1 seed in the Pistons, then they beat I'm trying to think of another team, something like the 08 Celtics or something, or Tatum.
Right, with Tatum on the team,
and he wasn't injured. Just kind of rolling through these teams. You're like, man, they were smacking up some really good teams. That I think is hurting them. Is that they didn't have very good foes that you can say, man, they blew through them, and them. Then you can kind of go, man, I'm telling you, that team was crazy good. So I think they're being, that part holds them back, not having a foe that we can point our hat and tip our cap and say that was a real foe. So I think that adds to an element. And also, too, they kind of don't have an identity, which is a good thing for them in the sense of the way they play. It reminds me of that 04 Pistons team, where they were defensive, but they just had a bunch of guys who played together. They play hard.
Going to work.
They were just going to work. Put on the hard hat, going to work. And I think the Knicks are kind of like that, where you're like, Jalen Brunson is definitely a star, but you're like, hey, OG, okay, and Josh Hart, okay, and Mitchell Robinson, okay, and Shamet, obviously Karl-Anthony Towns, they kind of just the glue together. They work hard together. Mikal Bridges. So you don't look at them as like Shaq and Kobe or KD, Steph, Clay. They're kind of just a bunch of dudes. The pieces fit. They work together. And maybe that's hurting them for me giving it to them, Rob, as one of the all-time great teams.
Those stats can be deceiving. I think there's always a context to it, and it's not their fault. We've said this about other teams, right? They're the easiest path to the finals. It happens sometimes. Things line up for you, and it's it happens, and it makes it easier to get there. Now, they could easily go there for all that they've done, lose in the finals, and then people say, oh, they had a nice run. And not that they're historically one of the greatest teams ever. Like, seriously, none of that stuff those numbers, Rob G, you talk about will matter if they don't win. Like that, if they win and be the West team and continue to play like
that, would be remarkable.
That would be remarkable, because even what they like most of these games they're shooting like 60% from the field. Like it's everybody, no matter who puts up a shot. I was watching yesterday. I just could not get over every shot went in.
I mean, they made Shamet look like he was the return of John Starks in that thing.
I mean, and he's a good player, but there were times when he couldn't make his shots when he was with the Nets, right? Mm-hmm. Now all of a sudden he can't miss.
The Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Worship Wednesday NBA Finals Game 1 coming up here at any point. Looking forward to that. We got Trey Wingo coming up in about 8 minutes or so, founder and host of the Wingo Network. Always good to chat it up with him. By the way, University of Maryland Global Campus, you can choose from more than 65 graduate online degrees and certificates, including our MBA, now with 10 specializations. No application fee through June 1st. Visit umgc.edu. All right, let's get to some calls, Rob. Conversation of who needs it more, who's under more pressure. Is it Wemby? Is it Brunson? Is it the Knicks? Spurs, 877-99 on Fox. Let's take some calls. Who we got?
All right, let's kick it off with John in Raleigh. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, John? How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Excellent.
Good. So I would say that it is Wemby, and I would say here's the reason why. Jalen Brunson, he's been in the league for about 8 years now. If he wins the championship, of course, he'll go down as a great player, a great Knick. But Wemby has a much longer road ahead, and he's thinking about a much longer-term opportunity to be one of the greatest players ever. And after we've seen the way the media has treated LeBron's finals record, which is not 4-5, it's definitely 4-6, I'll give you that. But that one is still counted against him. Wemby is thinking, okay, I have to have a clean 4 championships or a clean
Totally
3
disagree.
championships
He's
to
22
get to that
years
level,
old.
to get to that greatest.
His first chance in the postseason. I just can't. I can't allow you to be like he
Well, why are you
has to
saying
win.
that, Rob? We're saying we're
He has to
calculating.
win.
We're
No,
saying at the
I don't
end of your
agree.
career,
I
if
don't
you're
agree.
2-2,
I don't agree.
So you don't think there's a difference between, let's say he's 4-0 versus say he's 2-2 in the NBA Finals?
But not winning your first time at 22 to me is
But you
not
can't start losing them is the point.
It's just not. I don't.
In the end, the way we do it with LeBron, in the end, they'll hold it against them.
I don't agree because I think people will
We do it with LeBron today.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
LeBron's been there 10 times. Come on, man. Come on, it ain't even close. To
Only
lose
he
that,
can be there
to
10
lose,
times, and that'd be a bad
to
thing.
lose, the only reason it's bad for LeBron is because he's lost so many. He's lost more than he's won. That's why he's lost more than he's won. I'll be here tonight. I'll tell you, I believe Wemby will win more than he loses. I believe that. I'm not saying he's going to win every time. He'll win more. LeBron's lost more. LeBron's lost more NBA Finals than any other former regular season MVP. In the history of the league, that's why they counted against.
That's crazy.
So if Wemby,
it's not about getting there; it's about winning.
If
that's the point. Wemby better win.
Gets 4-1. The Jordan fans are still going to say 6-0.
Yeah, but that's fine. Tim Duncan won 5. So Tim Duncan won 5. He was 5-1, and nobody ever mentioned Tim Duncan. Nobody.
And where's he in the GOAT conversation?
No, he's not in that conversation.
Exactly.
So it's not that. It has to be more than that. He was never in the conversation. So it ain't just the numbers. 5-1. Thank you.
Who next?
Appreciate it, guys.
Yep.
No
thank
doubt.
you.
Appreciate you, man.
Eddie in Los Angeles. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Yo. What's up, Rob Parker? Pleasure to meet you, man.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good, brother. Doing good, man. But you've always been the biggest LeBron hater, and I've always hated you for it. But I get where you're coming from. I get it. He's always been my favorite player, but now he's kind of like, come on, man. But I think you're not holding him up to the Wemby. You're giving him all the stuff when you didn't do that for LeBron.
He's 22 years old.
Bro,
he's
he's
22. I didn't say
Wemby
he's
is
not
nice.
winning. There's a difference. There's a difference. I'm picking him to win, but I don't think he has the most pressure. I don't. I think the most pressure comes down on that Knicks team that may never get there again. Look how long it took them to get there. Look at the situation that they are in with the Knicks. People will die in New York if they don't win and beat a young 22. If you don't get Wemby now at 22, you're not going to get him.
Wemby's nice.
I
and
know.
Watch LeBron go to the Knicks and take him over the hump.
All right, who you got? You got Wemby and what did he say? Wemby and 5.
He said LeBron going to the Knicks
Spurs in 5.
after this.
Oh, Spurs in 5.
And then LeBron's going to go to the Knicks, get him that championship, and that's going to make all the fans think like, oh yeah, he's better than Jordan because he got the Knicks that one chip that they haven't had in like 30 years or whatever.
He can't go to the Knicks unless he's going to enroll in Villanova, and he didn't go to college. So I'm sorry.
All right, I'll give you that one. That was a good one. All right, hey, appreciate the call.
All right, thank you.
No doubt, man. Hey, thanks for listening, bro, as always. All right, let's get to it on the way. We have Trey Wingo and founder and host of the Wingo Network coming up after Monty's world-winning update as we get ready for Game 1, Monty, of the
Game
NBA Finals.
1. How exciting.
And Monty, get ready at the top of the hour. The longer, full version of the Wemby song. We got
wow. What a tease. I'm very excited.
Length.
So like what, 3.5 minutes? What am I going to get here?
No.
Oh, that's
But
full length into 3.5 minutes.
No, the Wemby song that dropped
Alex, I need that.
It's only 6 seconds. So you know what I mean. It'll be like a good minute.
Okay. We're excited. It's all going to tip off any minute now from San Antonio. Spurs and Knicks, Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Knicks are expected to have Mitchell Robinson on the court. Despite that broken pinky finger, he's just likely going to have to wear a brace on his hand. There is no Stanley Cup Finals today, but Game 2 will take place Thursday tomorrow between the Golden Knights and the Hurricanes at 8 Eastern, and Las Vegas does lead the series 1-0. In baseball, Dodgers taking on the Diamondbacks in Arizona. First pitch is at 9:40 Eastern time. Shohei Ohtani will be on the mound. He's also going to DH tonight and will be off tomorrow, Thursday, against the Diamondbacks. Right now in baseball, it is all Red Sox against the Orioles. They are up 8-0, bottom of the 5th inning. Guardians back on top of the Yankees, 3-2 after 5 innings in the Bronx. The Phillies lead the Padres 3-1, bottom of the 7th inning. By the way, Christopher Sanchez's 50 2/3 consecutive scoreless streak just came to an end in this inning against the Padres. The Royals and the Reds are tied at 2, top of the 6th inning. Braves over the Blue Jays 4-2 after 4 innings. Cardinals lead the Rangers 1-0, top of the 3rd. A's are blanking the Cubs in Chicago 2-0, bottom of the 2nd inning. NFL news, Russell Wilson announced his retirement from the league after 14 seasons with a long video on social media. Packers linebacker Michael Parsons won't be available at the start of the season as he recovers from surgery on his torn ACL and damaged meniscus. He could be back in action by mid-October. Chicago Bears quarterback Caleb Williams will grace the cover of Madden 27. And at the French Open, women's top seed Aryna Sabalenka lost in the quarterfinals in 3 sets. Everybody has lost at the French Open. Back to you guys.
All right, Monty, thank you so much.
Jess.
Appreciate it. It is the Odd Couple on a Worship Wednesday. Still got a lot left. We got One's Got to Go coming up a little bit later on in this hour. But right now, we're joined by Trey Wingo, founder and host of the Wingo Network. You can always give him a follow. Wingos. Make sure you put that Z at the end on X. Trey, what's up, man?
What's happening?
How are we, fellas? Good to talk to you.
As always.
Hey, you know what? Before we get to the NBA Finals and all the other good stuff, real quick, Monty just announced, we know Russell Wilson announcing his retirement. He's going to, of course, do some TV here. Trey, where are you? Is he Hall of Famer? Is shoe-in, or it's close, or maybe not? Where are you with that?
I think it's close. It's interesting with Russell. He clearly sort of reshaped the mold of what we think of a franchise quarterback when he was drafted in the 3rd round. At 5'11", people are like, well, you can't compete at that level. And he showed that you could. The interesting thing about Russell's career is that despite all the great seasons he had, mostly with Seattle, he never received a single MVP vote, not one in any of his seasons. So he's an interesting case study. He's kind of like Eli Manning in that situation. Is that in the Hall of Very Good, he would probably be there.
I don't know how you could say that. Eli Manning beat the Brady and the Patriots, has 2 MVPs. He wasn't on the team. 2 MVPs in the Super Bowl. Right? No, but 2. He's top 10 touchdowns. He's in the top 10.
It's actually, this is really interesting, Rob. I'm glad you brought that up. He's top 11 in everything.
He is.
Remarkable.
Okay. Yeah, he is.
He's top 11 in completions, passing yards, passing touchdowns, and interceptions. It's remarkably consistent.
And the problem here
is Eli is.
And I get it. He wasn't the. I just don't know how you could go to Super Bowl twice, beat Tom Brady twice, have 2 signature throws, Trey. Win the MVP. He won 1 year he didn't win it, or somebody else won it, or a defensive player. He has 2 signature throws. He beat the undefeated Patriots team in the Super Bowl. I don't know how you keep him out. Everybody who has 2 Super Bowl MVPs, is in the Hall of Fame, except for Jim Plunkett, I think, and he didn't win. Or he's got 2 Super Bowls, but he didn't win the MVP. That's the only guy.
The answer I would say to you is I think he probably gets in, but I think it's going to be a long struggle for Eli, and I think it might be a longer one for Russell. I'm not saying they're the same player. I'm saying the conversation about them is kind of similar.
Yeah, I get your point.
That's what I'm saying. Look, you can go down the numbers, and I think that Eli's numbers are better and bear out, and I think he'll probably get in before too long. But it's an interesting conversation. There's no question that Russell was a dominant figure on the Seattle team, that if they had just handed the frickin' ball off to Marshawn Lynch, I mean, you can't overestimate this point, okay? Let's just go down. You pulled on that thread, so let's go on that for a second. if they had just handed the ball off to Marshawn Lynch and trying to force it inside to their fourth best receiver in Super Bowl 49, you're talking about Pete Carroll would then be the only coach in the history of football with multiple championships in college and multiple championships in the NFL. And I know that one of the BCS titles was stripped away, but that's bullshit. We all know that he won it. We all know that they did it, okay? And everybody was getting paid. Just it was under the table as opposed to the NIL when it's over the table, right? So if that decision, which wasn't Russell's, was the head of was Darrell Bevell, the offensive coordinator, Pete Carroll, if they change that, how we look at Pete and Darrell Bevell, who was that time was the hottest coordinator in the NFL and hasn't sniffed a head coaching job since that. He's had a couple of interim head coaching jobs when people have been fired.
Right.
But he's never had a full head coaching job that they gave him on his own. And so that's why I bring that up, okay? That one play, that one decision changes everything, how we think about Russell Wilson, how we think about Pete Carroll, how we think about Darrell Bevell. It's the fabric of the NFL.
And you know what, Trey? I don't remember who was doing the game, doing the play-by-play. But I do remember them saying that the Patriots should let them score.
Oh,
like that was the conversation. The Patriots should let them score. At least they'll get the ball back with 40 seconds. That was the conversation.
If you look at the defensive line, they kind of stand up like, I might let you go in because we'll at least have 18, 20 seconds left on the clock. Let's switch gears here. Speaking of defensive line, Trey, let's go to the big trade. Myles Garrett now a Ram. What are you looking at that now? How does that help them? Obviously, Vegas has the favorites, but what does that do for them? A team that people forget the second half of that season, defensively, they were giving up high 20s, 30 points regularly down the stretch.
And they were the only team, by the way, from the last half of the regular season into the playoffs that found a way to score in Seattle's defense. There was that Thursday night game with the crazy 2-point conversion that was first ruled incomplete, and then they ruled because Charbonnet touched it in the end zone that it was a 2-point conversion. That changed who won the NFC West and made the path much more difficult for the Rams and much easier for Seattle. Look, Myles Garrett is the best defensive player in football. And I know that people like this person or that person. He's the best. Since he came into the league in 2017, he has 125.5 sacks, 413 quarterback pressures. Those are both the most in the NFL since that time frame. He's the best defensive player in football. And I'm telling you, Aaron Donald may come out of retirement. It's not 100% certain, but he's thinking about it. He's talking about it. Now you add Aaron Donald, who's only 35, by the way, only 35, a few years older than Myles Garrett. If he comes back, the Rams are clearly the team to beat. And the Rams have had an unbelievable offseason. If you look at everything they've done, they signed They signed McDuffie, the best cornerback available. They also got Jalen Watson from Kansas City, a really good cornerback. They re-signed Cam Curl. They bring back Matthew Stafford. He gets a 1-year extension. They draft in the first round, the 13th overall pick, what they believe will be their next franchise quarterback. They've had the best offseason in terms of schematically and planning-wise. Now, it has to play out, but you can make the case they've had the best offseason of any team, and they were in the NFC Championship game a year ago and almost beat Seattle. So, yeah, I think they're the prohibitive favorites.
Yeah, but they have the other issues, which was the special teams, the kicking game. They got to get those things cleaned up.
Well, they got the thicker kicker. They got the thicker kicker.
I'm just saying, but that's what really. And Matthew Stafford turned in a real bad game against Atlanta, which caused him the difference between playing that game against Seattle at home or on the road. I mean, that's the game.
But it was really that Thursday night game. That Thursday night game, like they would have to have a miraculous finish at the end of the regular season for them to find a way to push it and get it over the goal line.
Trey, here's the thing with Donald that I'm not crazy about.
Sam Darnold.
What Sam? No. Aaron Donald. I'm Donald.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry. When you retire, quit football, I could give you a quote from a year ago. I don't have any passion for it. I'm not, when a guy quits, I'm just always wonder about that. Like, is that the guy you want to come back? Is he going to be the same guy he was? When you stop playing, this was something you do your whole life. And then I'm not talking about like Brett Favre where he didn't actually quit, but like, hey, I might not come back. I might come back, but he still played. You know what I mean? He just talked about it. When you really say you quit and you don't have any passion for it, he says, I love football, but I have no desire to play it. That's Aaron Donald last May. That's what he said, right? That was
and I think that's a fair point. But with these guys that are so good, as Aaron Donald is so good, I mean, no one was. I mean, to me, he's one arguably the best interior defensive lineman in the history of the game. And if he doesn't have to shoulder the entire load, maybe he comes back 8 games into the season. Then that's something you can work with. I get it. Like there's a saying in football, and Rob, I know you've heard it. Once you talk about retirement, you're already retired, unless you're Aaron Rodgers, which is a separate issue entirely. I just think that's a guy that can come in and do spot duty and do very well for them. And quite frankly, because they're so loaded, I'm not sure they actually need him at this point. But my God, what a benefit that would be if he did do that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kelvin.
Well, you have to go to the other side of the ball, which is the offense. And you got, obviously, A.J. Brown. Me and Rob sat here, Trey, all year. You win, he's not happy. 10 passes caught, not happy. 2 passes not caught. And I can understand the offense was underwhelming. I got that. But the frustration boiling over where you're talking about it weekly, you're talking about it on Twitch, you're reading books on the sideline. Is where are we now with him going to the Patriots? Does that help the Drake May situation? And if you're the Eagles, is it a wipe your hands, good riddance?
Well, listen, I said at the end of the season, with the way things ended between Nick Sirianni and A.J. Brown, there was no way those two were going to be on the same roster going into the next season. There's a clip that you can find after they went into Buffalo and beat them. And, Nick Sirianni, while being a very good coach, is emotionally, a little immature, right? I think we can say that. We've seen many instances of that. And he's chirping. All these Buffalo fans said something, and then we shut him up. I freaking love that. And he's walking by A.J. Brown as he said it. And A.J. Brown looks at him like, dude, what are you even talking about? Like, what are you saying? Like, those two just had disconnected. And the thing about A.J., right, there are 7 receivers in their first 7 seasons that had at least 8,500 receiving yards and 60 touchdowns, including playoffs. And A.J. Brown is one of those guys. The other ones are all Hall of Famers or will be Hall of Famers outside of Tyreek Hill. It's A.J. Brown, Tyreek Hill, Larry Fitzgerald, Randy Moss, Jerry Rice. I mean, you go down the list. That's who we're talking about here. But A.J. is a guy, you're right. When the Eagles were winning and steamrolling their way to the Super Bowl, and he wasn't being featured, and Saquon was having arguably one of the greatest regular seasons in the history of the NFL in terms of a running back, he was unhappy. Normally, when the team is winning, that placates everything. But he wasn't happy in that situation. And at one point they said the passing game is struggling. What's wrong? And he said, the quarterback. I mean, he went and said it. So you're bringing in a guy who has clearly demonstrated in the past that if he's not getting he's not happy even if the team is winning. Now, I do believe there's a prior relationship with Mike Vrabel that is going to help him. But Mike Vrabel and the Patriots, because of everything else that has gone on this offseason, really need to win. And you're bringing in A.J., who has said before, or we've clearly seen before, if the team is winning and I'm not getting mine, I'm not completely happy. I'm curious to see how that plays out.
This is going to be something. I know we got to run because especially the Patriots could easily not make the playoffs, and maybe if he gets his yards and touchdowns, he'll be cool with it. So we'll see. All right,
Trey, man, we appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much.
Guys, always good to talk to you guys. Anytime. Let me know.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, Trey Wingo there. Hey, one's got to go. We're going to get to that as well, and it's just about to be tip-off in the NBA Finals. Game 1, looking forward to that. It's The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
one Aaron that Rob doesn't like. Aaron Donald. Once Myles Garrett got traded to the Rams, the next question on everybody's mind was, damn, can you imagine if Aaron Donald came out of retirement, him and Myles Garrett on the same D-line? It'd be incredible. So Shady McCoy, who played at Pittsburgh where Aaron Donald played, said, hey, I've been texting with AD. He may or may not want to come back. We'll see. One of his former teammates, Michael Brockers from the Rams, saying, you know what? I got some intel. My guy's staying ready. He don't got to get ready.
Now that's facts.
But Pat McAfee got Aaron Donald on record, had a text exchange, which he read on air today during the Pat McAfee show. McAfee sent him a text saying, hey, you thinking about coming back to play with the Rams? And here's what Aaron Donald said, quote, it for sure got me thinking. 35, removed 2 years ago. Got to see if that fire can light back up.
I got news for you.
What's the news?
I got a fire extinguisher, and I'm going to keep the flame extinguished. Please, just go home. Stay with your family. You were tired. Guys, kill me with this. I don't understand it. Seriously, because it takes a lot for you. It's something you've done as a kid all the way. When you step away, it speaks volumes. It really does. I'm talking about like the Brett Favre who never really, he was like, I'm retiring. He never really quit and then came back. It was just conversation. He didn't take a year or two off and then come back. I just don't understand it. Just because someone texts you or whatever, Aaron would not have quit if he didn't feel that way. He has the perfect life. You know why? He went out on top with a championship. Bing. He got his big contract playing in the National Football League. Bing. He's got his health. Bing. Your kids, your family get to have a young dad around and all this other stuff. All of these things are winning. What you could do is come back, get hurt, not play well for people to look at you and go, man, I remember when he was really like the best player in the league. Okay. Or Matthew Stafford has 4 snaps and bust something, and then the season's over, and you're there playing for what? I don't get it. Aaron Donald, don't do it. I would rather you go work at McDonald's than come back and play for the Rams. I'm dead serious.
Don't be dead serious.
At least
with that.
there.
The man got a chance to make, first of all, crazy money.
Forget it. He's already got money. He wouldn't have left if he needed money. He wouldn't have left. A lot of NFL players, and you know this, they drop dead at 55 years old. There's a lot that goes into it. He did not quit because he couldn't play. Is that he thought it out and made a right decision. It wasn't like I was unfulfilled because I never won a Super Bowl or I never got there. He was at the pinnacle.
Yeah.
I just hope he had a brain fart for a couple of minutes and
you mean when he retired?
No.
He had the brain fart then, right? When he retired, that's what it was.
Now,
man, listen to me, Rob. Everybody can't have this is my 40th year. This is my 35th year. This is are you going to 45? You're going to year 45 in this business.
Yeah, but
what I'm saying is,
but when I'm ready to retire, which you don't believe, you think I'm gonna come back?
Not in this capacity. I think you'll find something else.
No,
but the only reason why I do believe you is because you have been you are very stick-to-itive. I'll give you that.
Everything I tell you that I'm working on, I'm gonna do.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I'm gonna do.
You get dap on that. Dap me up. I'll give you that. Now, what I'm saying with Aaron Donald is this: couple of things. One, the reason I brought up how long you've been doing this is there are times where athletes realize this is the smallest window to a professional career. You're going 45. I've been in it 21 years. I could go another 20 years and so on and so forth, right? We're blessed with a career. Al Pacino's still acting. He's 106? Clint Eastwood got to be 109. So my point is there are certain careers you can keep going. Teachers, they're 70-something, or principals, and athletes know it's a finite career. And I think that they do get the itch sometimes. Like, I didn't want to go through a summer camp. I didn't have OTAs in me. I wanted to be home. And I think they get home and they rest up and your body's feeling good. You took a couple years off, and I think they get that itch. And I'll give you an example. Tom Brady never quite got the itch like that. Tom Brady, he never really let it sit. That's what I say. He never really let it settle. But what he did was go call Rob Gronkowski. And he said, yo, Gronk, come on back with me. Who would have been off for a year or two, come on back, come win this Super Bowl with me in Tampa. And they come back and they won. Eric Waddle did that for the Rams.
Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple. Hey, shout out to Trey Wingo. Appreciate him joining us on this Worship Wednesdays. Rob and Kelvin. Coming up next hour, we'll have a good talk with John Morosi, MLB Network and Fox Sports Radio NBA MLB Insider. We'll have Last Call as well coming up. Game 1 of the NBA Finals. It is here. What was it? 7-7? I couldn't see. I just went to commercial. 12-7. 12-7. So we'll keep you updated with that throughout the show. Getting excited about that. And, by the way, if you miss any of today's show, be sure to catch the podcast. Just search The Odd Couple wherever you get the pod. Follow us, rate it 5 stars, provide a review. Just search The Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast from. You're going to find the best of and a full version of the show as well. So go check that out. All right, let's get to it. It's time for One's Gotta Go.
Hard decisions. So 5's a crowd. Is that what I'm gleaning here? 5's an uneven number. Figure it out.
Hear me out. One gotta go.
All right, blah, 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 hear me out. So today, we had, of course, a wild, crazy day today on TV. You know, I'm the morning news anchor here, Spectrum News 1 in L.A., and it's the post-day after election. We had primary day yesterday. So because we had so much going on, they were like, we're going to take care of you guys. And they brought in a bunch of breakfast food, a whole plate, you know, pancakes, French toast, bacon, sausage, hash browns, eggs, the whole 9, the whole full spread. So everybody enjoyed that, and it got me to thinking, Robs, Alex, Monty, if one had to go, breakfast, lunch, dinner, or desserts, which one are you saying adios to? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, desserts.
Is this the first time this is not easy for Rob Parker?
Yeah, this is not easy.
Is this?
Wait, we broke the internet, Rob G. We done broke the internet.
I need specifics.
Monty, hold on.
News from Fox Sports.
We've done about 50 or 60 One's Gotta Go since I've been on this show. And every single time, he go, oh, this is too easy. Oh, this is easy. Oh, God, it's easy. And for the first time, Rob actually was scratching his head.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Oh, God, this is hard.
Monty,
all right, continue,
let Monty go.
I know what you're going to say, Monty, so I'm going to tell you.
Okay, please. Thank you.
I didn't want to be overly judicial about this. So whatever you view as breakfast, lunch, you know what I mean? Like, because we could get uber specific. Whatever you view when you think of breakfast, lunch, dinner, and desserts. Because we don't have time.
That wasn't my question. I mean, if I tell you that I am eliminating breakfast, are we talking about breakfast food? Because I got to have breakfast at 11 p.m. at Denny's, at IHOP.
Nope, Monty, don't play with me.
You know what
I'm talking about the food.
So it's the food. The food.
Rob G,
breakfast.
Alex?
Breakfast.
Ooh.
Breakfast for me.
I would agree. Breakfast.
Breakfast.
Look at Rob's big body tendencies are melting in right now because he just can't. The idea of getting rid of a meal.
Rob G, he wanted to say dessert, but that vanilla bean cheesecake.
No, that ain't going nowhere.
And I can't do the breakfast because the pancakes, Rob G. You know I like the pancakes.
Rob G, are those pancakes? Hey, I'll go. It's easy for me. Not easy for me, but lunch. Lunch was the one because breakfast, eggs, and hash browns, that just goes too well for me. I love a good omelet. That ain't going nowhere. I don't know how y'all said breakfast. And dinner, obviously, just a plethora of things, big, nice meals, hearty meals. And 10 years ago would have been desserts, easy. But the fat boy in me then all of a sudden started, I wasn't a dessert guy for the first 30 years of my life. Now desserts, I love them. So lunch can kick rocks for me.
This is really hard because if I don't eat breakfast, I get a headache. Like I gotta eat in the morning. Like it's like I have to.
I know a lot of people like that.
I'm serious. Like I have to eat. I can't go without eating.
But the same thing for lunch and dinner, Rob. I sit next to you. You get mad at me because I don't eat.
Yeah, I don't know how you go all day without eating. But I'm gonna go with lunch. I'm gonna give up lunch.
You don't look happy saying that.
I know.
He did.
You know that because I love the wings.
The wings,
all
hot
the
dogs.
Yes.
No hot dog. No more glizzies, Rob.
Not until August, so I got a little time here.
All right. Alex?
Oh, I'll parlay on Rob when he said it's not easy to eat not eat one day. I cannot eat for weeks, but I'll say if I have to get rid of one, for me, it would be breakfast because I can go pretty far without eating that type of food.
Me too.
It's not okay. All right. It wasn't. All right. I thought I like omelets. I like, like you said, bacon
I can
and
get by
hash
without it.
browns and all that. I actually enjoy that. All right. We'll get you an update on where we are in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Plus, Nick Saban said some crazy stuff.
We are Fox Sports.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
Something
Game 1 of the NBA Finals is officially underway from San Antonio, and right now it's the Knicks who have the slight lead. They're up 14-13 against the Spurs with about 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. OG Anunoby with 5 points for New York. He's the leading scorer. Victor Wembanyama with 5 points for the Spurs. He's their leading scorer. No Stanley Cup Finals tonight. Game 2, though, is on Thursday, tomorrow at 8 Eastern between the Golden Knights and the Hurricanes, where Las Vegas leads the series 1-0. In baseball, the Red Sox are blanking the Orioles in Boston 8-0, top of the 7th inning. The Yankees have added another run, but the Guardians are still up 4-3, top of the 7th in the Bronx. The Royals and the Reds are tied at 2 after 7 innings. The Braves have a 4-2 lead over the Blue Jays, bottom of the 7th inning. The Cardinals lead the Rangers 3-1, bottom of the 4th, while the Cubs are up on the A's now 3-2, top of the 4th. I'm Monty Bolaños.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Our number 3 here on
Number
the Odd
3.
Couple on a Worship Wednesday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. Here on Fox Sports Radio. Be sure to check out our YouTube channel. Yes. Do it! A lot of people are watching it right now. If they're not watching the NBA Finals, all you got to do is go to YouTube and search Odd Couple.
They can do both. I'm doing both. You
Odd
are
Couple,
too.
FSR. And hit us up on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. That's all you got to do. Thumbs up icon, comment away. It is, of course, just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. Don't forget, John Morosi's coming up from MLB Network, of course, Fox Sports Radio, MLB Insider as well. We got Last Call, all that and much more coming up. But first, let's get you caught up on the NBA Finals. Rob G, you want to jump in? Or it's
Yeah, 22-17 San Antonio. The Knicks started off like gangbusters, got off to a really hot start, but they've cooled off considerably. Most notably, Jalen Brunson, short king, sit down right now. 1 for 6 shooting from the field, 2 turnovers already in the first 9 minutes of action for Jalen Brunson.
But you know what? I said this to you, Kelvin, and Rob G. Like, in their last couple, they've made all their they've been shooting lights out, 60%. You know what I mean? Like really shooting well. And obviously, it's just early start. But you know what I like about the Spurs here? Rob G, you were right. They got off to a good start. They could have been like, you know what I mean? Like,
nah, not they should. This team, I'm with you. They
you know what I mean? Like
they're not built like that. Like they don't even. And that's a credit to honestly, I believe this. That is a credit to the Spurs organization that they know the prototype of the guy they like. You know what I mean? Like, we like dogs. We like hard-nosed.
They didn't back down. They didn't back down with the initial Knick wave. They were making shots, all that. They kept going at it. They weren't afraid to take their threes. Whatever they do, you know what I mean? Yeah. They just kept playing their game.
I like that about this group. They have, like, Stephon Castle. Obviously, he's a champion. In college, like they got guys, Rob, who they aren't the typical like deer in headlights. They're like dogs. I want to be here, which is why for me, like I said, normally a young team like this, you might go, oh, it was cute they got there, but they get swept. That's why obviously you pick them. A lot of people pick them. That's why I have them at least going around 7. Just they ain't that team. They ain't that normal young team for sure.
No doubt about it. All right, but as you know, I am picking Wemby and the Spurs in 6 games. And you've been hearing our song. Alex, you have the little one, the little jingle. So we've been playing this jingle for a while.
Does he have the little jingle? We done played it 200 million times.
It's probably right, worn out. We got the jingle, the little one. The 6. Everyone knows it's Wemby. So now we have our debut. Our debut of the LP, the EP of the Wemby song.
Let's hear the EP.
And Elijah, we need you to make a music video for this so that we can get it out there on social media, get 1 million views. You know, like stuff from The Odd Couple gets 1 million views once in a while. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Rob.
Okay.
What are you
Any
saying?
other shows, Rob?
I'm just
You
saying.
trying to say others don't?
No, I'm just saying The Odd Couple performs. All right, here we go. Rob G, real quick, did you hear it yet or you didn't hear it? Okay, so nobody's heard it except for Alex.
I haven't either. Let's
Alex
hear it.
is the man. Here we
Dave
go.
Butt. Okay. Yeah. Ooh.
New York City. Rewind. He has long legs, that handle is no lie. And Wemby has wings to fly above the crowd, above the crowd,
Oh, with his
above
own
the
background.
crowd, above the crowd. There it is, the new Wemby song. Alex. Awesome, Alex. You did a great job.
You did it, Rob.
Come on, man.
Hey, you know what? I gotta admit, that's one of your better ones.
Not bad,
That's one of
right?
your better ones. The man even did his own background vocals. What are you, Michael Jackson?
There we go.
That was good. You, Alex, kudos. I guess you and Alex are like Michael and Quincy.
I know, Alex. Can we play with one more time?
You want to do one more time?
Just one more time.
Tito, give me a tissue.
Rob G, but no. I don't know if it needed the encore. I was with you in the first one. Rob G, you were supposed to pull the plug. Come on, what was you doing in there, Rob G?
My feet don't even reach the floor. You want me to go and unplug the cord?
All right. I'm happy with it. Very, very happy with it.
Good job. No, good job, man. Good job.
Elijah, I know he's already making a video as we speak. HRU,
Yeah.
Elijah. Do I need to text him?
And you know, Rob, you inspired the San Antonio Spurs. They're on a 20-3 run right now.
Oh,
Yeah, they're going crazy.
Because
No,
of
they're
that
going- they're
song you
hitting-
played.
And Dylan
Twice.
Harper did not get the MO that he's a rookie. Rob G.
Dude,
I don't know if he
this is a different we were talking about it, Kelvin. It ain't just a Wemby thing. I mean,
Oh,
it would be.
no,
It's
no,
not
agreed.
just a Wemby thing, and Wemby's great. This is a good team. I'm
Dude,
not.
listen,
it's early. It's a game one, but I'm just telling you, this is a good team.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a long game. Obviously, it's a long series. One thing I'll give the Spurs credit for, as well as an organization, and what they were fortunate was they hit on their draft picks, and these guys are flourishing. And now we talk about with the anti-tanking rule. Now teams, you won't be able to get a top 5 pick for 3 years in a row, and that's what the Spurs were able to do with Wemby, to then Castle, to then Dylan Harper. So they hit on those. And that's playing a key, pivotal role with this team. So they listen, they got a squad, man. That's for sure.
And that's not enough.
And going to get Sam Pipple, as you would call him, Champagny.
Sam Pipple.
But Sam Pipple.
Things have gone bad to worse for the New York Knicks. You mentioned 23 run. Jalen Brunson
his
hobbling headed to the locker room after having a player fall into his knee.
I saw that. A player fell right on his knee.
It was Harrison Barnes fell into his knee. Jalen Brunson hobbling in the locker room. Status to be determined.
Yeah, I'm watching them now. They're showing the replay of it.
Our Knicks.
I don't care. I don't care if you pick the Spurs in a sweep. Nobody wants that. You know what I mean?
You want to see the best players play. Nobody wants
absolutely, man. So I'm hoping it's just. It looked bad because I'm no doctor. I don't know if y'all knew that, but it looks like he extended because he fell back on his knee, like he made his knee go back. I hope that makes the series not fun, man. Everybody's excited.
Well, it's early. You remember that we saw somebody else go out and they came back. You remember? Didn't they go out? Who was it?
Oh yeah, no. I'm saying I hope he gets iced up. They do a quick MRI. They shoot him up. What's the thing, Roger? Cortisol, whatever.
Yeah, get some Toradol in there.
All right, I do want to get to this thing here. Let's get to this, Rob G.
Don't do that like you didn't play Everybody Loves Wemby 6 times. We played the short version, the EP, the LP, pick a P. Don't do that, Rob
Wait
G.
for the disco remake.
That's right.
Right. I do want to get here, Rob G. I don't want to waste any more time.
Well, I do because of the Nick Saban thing, and it just makes me throw up in my mouth, so I want to get on Nick Saban.
Sure, if you've been real busy worrying about the NBA Finals, as you should be, there were other things that happened in the world of sports. One of them being that there was a congressional, I wouldn't call it a hearing, but a meeting, I guess, took place earlier today, and it was all focused around what's going on in the world of college sports. As you guys know, we talked about it last week. There is a Protect College Sports Act that has been presented where they'd like Congress to get involved and police the world of college athletics. Today, Nick Saban met with the Congress. Here's a snippet.
Congress does not need to micromanage college athletics. There's lots of people out there that can help us do that. Congress does need to fix the mess, and the courts create a national framework so people inside college sports can enforce fair rules. Without legal certainty, every rule becomes another lawsuit, every standard becomes another risk, and the system keeps drifting toward the professional model.
The last person I want to hear from is Nick Saban. You mean the guy who quit after he was able to undermine the system? All of his kids had these cars and all this stuff. They were like it wasn't it wasn't NIL money, Kelvin, but those players happened to be doing pretty well down there, and he won all his championships. These guys got some nerve to come in, and now they want to regulate. They could have done it in the beginning, Kelvin, right? If they would have made the system and cut in the players on all these billions of dollars that they make from television revenue, we wouldn't be here. But they were so damn greedy. And now all the old guard have to show up and say, stop these guys from making money. This isn't my system. Nick Saban, you quit. You walked away. You don't deserve to have any say. You're not in college football anymore. Retire already. Stay on television. The idea that he's going to be the guy to speak up? Where's the provision to stop? Let's have a profits cap on the NCAA and the colleges. You can only make 6% on your money. Let's have a cap and stop these college coaches making gazillion dollars and walking out on the kids. Address that, Nick Saban. These kids have been taken advantage of forever with a crooked system. The NCAA, for as long as I've been alive, has been organized crime. Organized crime. You guys work, we collect the money, and you get nothing. God forbid you get a free pizza. They threw the kids out of school, Kelvin, for getting a free pizza or a tattoo or giving up their warm-up jersey. And these guys now talk about they want the federal government to step in. Poppycock, Boulder Dash. Don't listen to Nick Saban.
Listen, I don't have much to add. We had the same ideal on this. Ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? Now Nick Saban, who used to sit up there, Rob, what he would have when he do a press conference? A big old Coke bottle. Because you know what?
Yep.
Coke was allowed to give him all the money. You know what else he was allowed to do near in the Alabama area? Have a bunch of car dealerships that he owns. He was able to thrive off all this, make millions upon, not like $1 million. I get it, okay, you got to get paid, you're running a college football program. No, tens of millions of dollars, any way you want, endorsements up the wazoo. Him and Deion Sanders got the Aflac commercials, and now all of a sudden that the kids are getting paid. And yes, I do believe that it's a little wild right now, and you can kind of find a way to maybe structure a little bit. But the idea to act like it's some national emergency and it's run amok, that we've had a few years of a little chaotic. It's a little chaotic right now. They're still trying to find their footing and figure it out. But that this will be the guy that's like, yo, we need to put a stop to. And Rob, you know what I view it as too? Nick Saban, one of the all-time greatest coaches of all time. But you know what I equate it to as well? Nick Saban quit when everybody was on the same footing, Rob.
Yep.
The minute now that everybody was like, oh, bet, so I can have some donors, I can have some boosters paid, and we can figure out how.
Now he didn't want to be a part of it anymore, right?
Now he would have maybe gotten smoked by a Kurt Signetti or something. Now he's like, oh, no, this is getting too hard. I don't want to do it. Where I used to have a linebacker for 4 years who might only play one, because he would just say, long as I can get that one season under Alabama, you know what I mean? Now he's like, shoot, I can go over there to Indiana. I can go to Kansas State or whoever's got some money for me. And so, again, it's just a different this hip being the guy to do this, I just have issues with that.
Of all people.
You seem to have quit when it got hot, when everybody else could compete. You seem to have taken all the money, had your Coke sitting right in front of us, every press conference, because you were sponsored by Coke and sponsored by this. I just find it like, hold on, pump your brakes that this is all of a sudden a national emergency when you collected tens of millions of dollars for decades. If the kids are eating a little bit, let them enjoy it. We'll figure it out, but stop acting like this is the end of the world.
And Rob G, you have the context of the whole thing.
Yeah, and I think you guys are spot on, 1,000%. But you know what's
of all people, though, right?
And you know what's even more disgusting about this whole thing is he's promoting the Protect College Sports Act, and they list what it does here. Number one, limits athletes to transferring to schools only one time without penalty, which some people say that's fine. I'm cool with that. Number two, limit athlete eligibility to 5 years. Sure, we don't want an 8-year senior. I understand that part. Number three, prohibit former professional athletes from playing in college. I think we can all agree with that one. Number four, prohibit schools from getting a coach from another school during their season. They're called the Lane Kiffin rule. We agree with that. And then they sneak this in right at the end. These are our big four tenets. But also, we want to give the NCAA and the College Sports Commission legal cover to enforce a spending cap on how much they can spend in NIL.
Unbelievable.
So all the stuff you like, and then by the way, let's just take this one last one in.
What cap?
100%.
What cap? Is there a cap on how much money you could charge CBS for March Madness? Where's the cap?
Yep. And I call cap on the idea that now you want to have these ceilings when Nick Saban was setting record. Rob, in most of these states, what government official makes the most money? Coaches at state universities, right? So, there's no cap there. And the players, again, I understand if we want to have some of these conversations and figure some things out. I'm not opposed to that. But again, the idea acting like it's some, oh my gosh, woe is us, the end of the world now, when again, for years, that was not the case. That's where I have issue, Rob.
No doubt about it. All right, we want to hear from you. 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Is Nick Saban the wrong guy to demand a spending cap in college football? It is the Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. And we want to hear from you. We value you. We value your opinion and value your calls. 877-99 on Fox. It is the Odd Couple, and you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
Before the Wemby song hits double platinum in the U.S.
That's right. Rob G, big trade in the NFL. My goodness gracious.
Man.
A couple of big trades, but the biggest one of the day, of course, our Cleveland Browns. have traded two-time Defensive Player of the Year Myles Garrett to our Los Angeles Rams for Pro Bowl pass rusher Jared Verse, first-round pick next season, a second-round pick in 28, and a third-rounder in 29. But in summary, the best pass rusher in football is back in Los Angeles.
You know what they did, Rob? They did not go full Rob Parker. And you know what I'm talking about, Rob? When me and you get into it in the NBA, you always tell me how so-and-so is a made man, right? You'll say Joker, Giannis, because they got their ring. And I hear the sentiment, but I always ask you, like, why can't I go for more? Why can't I be competing in, year out, if I'm that good or that great, to try to win more? And that's what the Rams have done over the last 10 years, plus years, whatever, the Sean McVay era. They got to the Super Bowl. They said that ain't enough for Jared Goff. And they went and got Matthew Stafford. They've been good, but they finally get to the Super Bowl. They win it. Then they also draft Ty Simpson, and a lot of people are like, well, what's that for? Because they're already 2 years ahead planning for that. And I think this is just another sentiment of where I like that they don't settle, Rob. They don't say, well, we'll be pretty good. Let's just see. Let's just hope. They're like, no, we are going for rings. And they go get
How many rings have they won or Super Bowl appearances since they went to the Super Bowl?
Wait a minute. How many Super
No,
Bowls?
I'm asking you. How many years ago? That was 3 years ago, right? Okay.
And they're trying to get back. Okay. That's my point. They don't just rest. I love that. They see what's in front of them. The Seahawks are the reigning champs and could still be really good. They see the 49ers, if God forbid they're ever healthy, might be again competing for that to get to the Super Bowl. We know they've made multiple appearances. They see the Eagles. Was that a bad year? They're going to bounce back. They made a trade. They see what's in front of them. That's just the NFC, let alone the AFC. And so they made a massive move to go get a guy like an Aaron Donald who can close out games for them. And again, Verse was a really good player. He's not Myles Garrett, right? And you only had to give up some picks. And now you got a guy, to me, they're looking at it as 2 years of you. If you just be you, Myles Garrett, after that, you can be less than, it's all right. If we just get 2 years of you, best defensive player, arguably best player in all of NFL.
Yeah, it got Cleveland a lot.
It didn't. And that's from, I'm glad you said that. What he was able to do in Cleveland by himself, 23 sacks, year in, year out, all-pro, 7-time all-pro. What the heck is he going to be able to do there where the requirement is just go get me 12 sacks? Just go get me 13, 4. I don't need 23. I got schematics. I've got other guys. We got an offensive side of the ball where if we get up 14, 17, they're going to have to pass. Put your pin your ears back, go get them. So more than anything than just a singular player, I just like the mindset, Rob, of going to get somebody that puts you hopefully over the edge, gives you a chance to get back to the Super Bowl, hopefully win it if you're them. And I just love the competitive edge of the McVay, Les Snead, the whole team, that one ain't enough. Being good just ain't enough. They felt like that Seahawks should have been our Super Bowl. Credit the Seahawks for beating them. They felt like that should have been ours, and they're going back to go trying to get back at it, getting the best player in football. I love it, and kudos to them for competing year in, year out.
Once again, just window dressing. This is window dressing. This wasn't a need of theirs, and I get how good Myles Garrett is. The reason they lost was because their special teams and their kicking game and Matthew Stafford against Atlanta giving up home field. That's why they didn't get to where they wanted to get to. It wasn't because they couldn't get to the quarterback or they couldn't close games. It was because of their what? Special teams. This is just adding whipped cream. Nobody in their right mind is going to stamp them and say they got Myles Garrett. They're guaranteed to win the Super Bowl. Guaranteed? No, they're not. They're not guaranteed. I get it. It feels good. It ripples, has a ripple effect. Wow, look what we got. Just like when the Green Bay Packers went out and got the next Lawrence Taylor. They're going to the Super Bowl. Look at what they did, the Packers. How did that work out? Did they get to the Super Bowl? No, they didn't get to the Super Bowl. Just like the Rams aren't guaranteed to get to the Super Bowl. And it's all good. It ain't about not trying, but look at your team and figure out what went wrong last year and how do we build it. They had a good young player that he was fine there. Fine. There's no you went from a 0 to a 10. That's not what you went from. From a 7 or 8 to a 10. I get it. But this does not mean that the Rams are lock-solid Super Bowl champs.
Fox Sports Radio. Your boys, this is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Worship Wednesday. Been a great show thus far. Coming up, John Morosi, MLB Network, and Fox Sports Radio, MLB Insider, going to join us here shortly in just a little bit. By the way, for over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive, ship fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation, TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. Let's pull this up here, Rob. Where are we, Rob G, exactly in the score?
31-28. Karl Anthony Towns will be shooting free throws momentarily.
All right.
Actually, no. Call on return. Excuse me.
Yeah,
31-28 Spurs.
He's the one who pulled Wemby's shoulder, didn't he? I thought, Rob G, when they showed it.
Yeah, well, we don't have the sound in the studio, but we were just assuming that they were going to get like a flagrant and instead overturned entirely.
Yeah.
31-28. Spurs up 3, 7.
And Jalen Brunson, good news, back in the game.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, we never.
We don't want that.
No.
All right, so let's get to some calls. 877-99 on Fox. Nick Saban, Rob, we know we're the Odd Couple,
Of
but
all
one of the times
people,
we agree.
my God,
we agree on this. Nick Saban, pump your brakes, bro. What do you guys say? 877-99 on Fox.
Kevin in Culver City, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Kev?
God is good.
All the time.
All the time.
Hey, man, the word of this is hypocrisy. Nick Saban is the biggest hypocrite, and his good friend Trump started weighing in on college athletics for some reason out of nowhere. Where do you think that came from? And Nick Saban has made millions upon millions of dollars off of the backs of Mark Ingram, Derrick Henry, Trent Richardson, Eddie Lacy. You think if any of those guys asked him for a dime, he'd give them money or $100,000. He's made millions upon millions off the backs of those college football players. And all of a sudden, he wants a cap on how much a player can make. Reggie Bush made Pete Carroll millions of dollars. Matt Lyon, they didn't see a dime. Lendale White. How about these other coaches? Urban Meyer with Percy Harvin and Tim Tebow made him millions of dollars. Did they get anything? So give me a break. This is a joke. The players need to make money too, just as much as the coaches make money. And until they give back their millions, stop telling how much money players can make. Like Marshawn Lynch made Jeff Tedford all that money. Stop pocket watching and worry about your own finances. Nick Saban needs to go somewhere and sit out. He's out of football. What's he trying to weigh back in it for? That's what gets me about Nick Saban.
No doubt.
Hypocrisy
No doubt.
about trying to take other players' money.
Appreciate you,
Appreciate that. Dwight in Kentucky, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dwight?
What's up and what's happening, Mr. Washington, Mr. Parker?
How are you?
What's good?
I'm good. I was just calling, I used to sing back in the day a little bit myself, and I just heard the new release of the Wemby song, and I'm just thinking to myself, back in the day, I used to wish I could sing, Now, Rob, I just wish you could.
Wow. Hey, I'm a sports writer. I tried.
The best part about it, Rob, is me picturing you at home, Alex and Rob G, just him rewriting it. Like, no, wait, no. Like 25 crumpled up little paper balls that he shot talking about Kobe. Him just saying, wait, let me rewrite. That's the best part. You acting like you John Lennon or something up in there. Like you Babyface writing these songs.
Hey, I was taking it seriously. You know that. I'm always.
That's my point. I know how serious you
whenever
took it.
I'm trying to make these things happen, but I'm very happy with it. Very, very happy.
No doubt. That's one of your better ones, though. Hey, all right, 32-30. Monty's going to also give you an update on this game and more. Don't forget, on the other side of what's trending, we'll have John Morosi as well joining us. So stick for that. Monty Bolaños.
No one's cursing in the kitchen because of the Knicks. Jason Smith is not over there yelling things.
I don't know how you're going to deal with him throughout the day.
I've been dealing with him for the last couple of weeks, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
I can't believe he's here to do the show.
Of course he is.
He won't be able to do the show.
He won't be able. No,
Am I right?
It's going to be the worst show ever.
I don't think it'd be able to.
Oh, no. Jalen Brunson, guys, on the floor holding his ankle, it looked like. He did leave in the third quarter after bumping his knee. And now he is yelling at Scott Foster.
I see
he
it.
is not in the mood, but he is in pain. He was limping already. This looked like he grabbed his ankle, not his knee, which was the original reason he even went to the locker room late in the first quarter, and they're replaying it right now. He went in and Yeah, landed.
Let me see what happened.
Oh, somebody stepped on his. Luke Cornett looked like he stepped on his ankle, but I think it's more just. He's a little bit banged up. He's banged up already. Now, the Knicks right now are losing to the Spurs. No, it didn't look bad.
That was inadvertent.
Yes.
I thought I don't know what he wanted.
I don't. Yeah, once you saw, you were like, you couldn't tell. Because even if he did step on him, it didn't look very hard. Spurs are up right now, 37-32, with 6 minutes to go in the first half. The Spurs ended the first quarter on a 20-5 run. Dylan Harper off the bench has 10 points for the Spurs, 7 points for Victor Wembanyama. When it comes to New York, Karl Anthony Towns, 6 points and 4 rebounds already, 5 points for OG Anunoby, and Jalen Brunson, he is 2 of 9 for 9 points. When it comes to Major League Baseball, the Pirates just took the lead from the Astros 4-2, bottom of the 4th inning. Cubs lead the A's 4-2, bottom of the 5th in Chicago. Cardinals lead the Rangers 4-1, top of the 6th inning there. Giants lead the Brewers 1-0. It's top 8th in Milwaukee. Braves have a 7-2 lead over the Blue Jays, top of the 9th inning. Royals are up on the Reds 5-2, top of the 9th. Guardians still lead the Yankees in the Bronx 5-3, bottom of the 8th. Orioles on the scoreboard, but just for funsies because the Red Sox are up 8-1, top of the 9th inning in Boston. Kyle Schwarber with his 23rd home run of the season, and the Phillies defeated the Padres already 3-2. When it comes to the NFL, Russell Wilson did announce on social media that he's retiring from the game after 14 seasons. Packers linebacker Michael Parsons won't be available at the start of the season as he recovers from surgery on his torn ACL and damaged meniscus. He could be back in action mid-October, and it looks like the Steelers and tight end Darnell Washington have reached an agreement on a 4-year, $42 million extension. Back to you guys.
Hey, Monty, thank you. Have
Jess,
a great night.
you
Are
too.
you going to be here with Jason? Because if so, I'm sorry in advance. You're going to have to deal with Jason Smith. It's the odd couple. Rob and Kelvin on a Worship Wednesday. Good game finals. Game 1 of the NBA Finals. But right now, joined by John Morosi, MLB Network, and Fox Sports Radio MLB Insider. John, what's going on? How you feeling?
What's up, John?
Doing great, Kelvin and Rob. Outstanding. What an amazing time of year, by the way. We got the NBA Finals, Stanley Cup Final. I'm getting ready for the World Cup, too. Obviously, I love Major League Baseball as well, but this is an amazing time to be a sports fan in the United States.
It really is, because so many things are going on, and just can't. Our eyes are all over the place. But I do want to start here. We'll get to the baseball on the field. But, John, I don't know. I mean, I get it. I love the idea that there's some proposals out there from both sides. We're talking a little bit. It's only the first week in June. We're not waiting until the season's over and then the pressure's on. Like, let's get it out there. Let's start talking about stuff. Is this a good sign, or am I being too optimistic? I just love the idea that it's not a stalemate where we're not hearing anything.
Well, they're talking, and that's the important thing. But there's still a lot to talk about.
Oh, I agree.
I suppose on some level, here I'll say this: there's always a lot of football analogies that come into play when you talk about negotiations. Okay, it's the deal on the 10-yard line, the 5-yard line. Well, in this case, you got one team at one goal line saying we want a salary cap, and the one on the 100 yards away, opposite side of the field, saying we're not going to do that, and that's. Basically, yeah, they're 100 yards apart. So it's a long way from now. Now, obviously, things can change over the course of one phone call. I don't expect that phone call is going to happen today or tomorrow or next week. But they're talking, and I do think it's interesting to point out what the rationale is on each side. For the players, it's an interesting dilemma because on some level, they will want to say, well, our forebears and the people with the union and Marvin Miller and Curt Flood and Messerschmitt McNally and all the initial trailblazers in the baseball labor rights movement, they would never have wanted a salary cap, and that's true. Of course, that they never wanted it, but the game has changed so much. And I think the players, in a lot of ways, it's the onus is going to be on them to articulate the argument as to why Major League Baseball has to be different from every single major professional sport in our country. And the answer can't just be, well, because it's always been this way. They're going to have to come up with a better reasoning to why it will work without a salary cap when that has been the answer for competitive balance and allowing franchises like San Antonio, like Oklahoma City, like the Green Bay Packers to have success in different sports.
Yeah, but the only issue, though, John, and my pushback on the competitive balance is over the last decade, baseball's had way many more champions than the other leagues that have the salary cap. You know that? So I just don't think that in the NFL, ask Lions fan, how's the salary cap working for you? Ask the Chicago Bears who haven't won in a long. I could go on and on and on about all these teams that haven't won, and it's not a magical elixir. It's just if you have a bad general manager or you sign the wrong free agents, right? Does having the same amount of money?
Correct, and on some level, that has always been the case. In terms of being rewarded for having good management, and when you don't have good management, you struggle. I do think it's important to point out for baseball, the last true small market team to win in Major League Baseball was the Royals in 2015. That's now more than a decade ago, and we just saw this amazing series between Oklahoma City and San Antonio. Those analogous teams on market size in Major League Baseball, they are not getting to the league championship series and having a great 7-game series. We have not been seeing that.
Yeah, but I hear you, but I don't think it's a magical elixir. Even last year, as much money as the Dodgers spent, let's be honest. If the Blue Jays got one bloop hit, they would have won the Dodgers.
Well, don't forget. The Mets too, Rob.
Right.
The Mets spent all the money.
What they do there? Exactly. Right. They didn't even make the postseason.
But let's be honest about what last year was. Last year was the second largest market in the United States with a global megastar against the largest city in Canada, where the entire country is their local TV market. Check out how many television, and that's old-fashioned numbers, but how many viewers are in-market viewers for the Toronto Blue Jays. It is the entire country, okay? The Jays are, in terms of market size, there are probably only the two New York teams, the Dodgers, and maybe the Cubs that I could argue are truly bigger market teams than the Toronto Blue Jays.
Let me go here. I'll switch it up a little bit. We were talking about this earlier, Rob, and I mentioned to Rob, I said the Braves, how good they look right now. They're sitting 21 games above 500, obviously. Who would you say, if I'm sure Vegas probably has it as, the Dodgers still to win it all, but who's a team? Give me a couple of teams you say, hold on, not so fast Dodgers. Look out for fill in the blank.
Sure. The Braves are a really good answer to that because they have shown and they have had, I think, even better rotation depth start to start than what you've seen from the Dodgers this year. Bryce Elder bouncing back the way that he has. Chris Sale's been excellent. I just think that overall the Braves have played really, really well. Michael Harris has had a tremendous season in center field. I love what Olsen has done over at first base. Even with Drake Baldwin missing some time, obviously when healthy, he's been one of the best catchers in the game. So I think the Braves are that top team in the National League if it's not going to be the Dodgers. I think in the American League side of things, it is wide open. The Rays, here's a great test for this. If the Rays and Yankees meet in the postseason, you probably still like the Yankees, especially now that you've got Garrett Cole back in the mix and Rodon. So I just think that the Yankees and the American League side, someone's going to have to tell me and prove to me that there's a better, deeper team right now than the New York Yankees on the American League side of the ledger. With the NL, you could be convinced that the Brewers, I think they're a better version of themselves than they were a year ago when obviously they were no match for the Dodgers in the League Championship Series. The Padres are still really competitive even though Tatis has barely hit. Their farm system is really thin now, the Padres, because of the trades they've made in recent years. So we have to see what A.J. Preller still has back in the tank to make a move there. I think the big question now, I would say, Kelvin and Rob, is where does Skubal go, assuming he gets traded, and how does that tip the balance of power? You might say right now you like the Dodgers, but if the Cubs all of a sudden get Skubal, or some other teams that are on the American League side of things get Skubal, it might tip the balance of power a little bit away from the Dodgers. And the other team I'll mention is Seattle on the American League side. I think for me, they're a team that is going to get better because they've been able to vault back into first place in that division with Cal Raleigh and Brendan Donovan still on the IL. Their pitching is so good, guys, and their bullpen has gotten a lot better. So I think if we're going to see a non-Dodgers compelling, if we're going to see a World Series that's not Dodgers-Yankees and is still compelling, I've got Seattle and Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
right.
We got you. We got you on the record on that. All right, John, we appreciate you so much.
Well, let's get them on the record. Spurs and Knicks, who you got?
I'm going Knicks. I feel like it's their year. I've got so many fans of the Knicks who are friends of mine, and I feel as though, and maybe it's a little bit of that Pistons in me right now, I'm saying, okay, the Knicks get it this year, and then if the Pistons knock them off next year and make it to the NBA Finals, it's going to be that much sweeter. That's what I got.
All right.
John, my kind of guy.
Well,
brother.
John's been wrong a lot, so that's okay, John.
I've been wrong a lot. I've been wrong a lot.
Wow.
There are books written about the number of times I've been wrong.
No,
but it's all good.
All good. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it,
best,
as
guys.
always,
Thank
John.
you so much. Really enjoyed it. Thank you.
I tell you what, we got a good game going on right now. These guys, they're competing right now. They're going at it. And Shan Pipple is lighting that thing up 50-46 right now. The Spurs are up with 1:14 left in this one. So excellent game. We'll continue to keep you updated on that. Again, thank you to John for joining us. Last call, 877-99 on Fox, 877-99 on Fox. Last call. Your chance to get in with your boys, the Odd Couple. Hit us up on a Worship Wednesday, Fox Sports Radio.
It's last call time on The Odd Couple. If you had a take and couldn't get in all show, here's your chance.
Your call's important to us.
Call us at 877-99 on Fox. Hurry up. Rob and Kelvin got to get out of here.
Jalen Brunson was talking about his team. And one of the things that he said that he took the most pride in is the winning culture they have there with the Knicks. And he said that it, quote, starts with Mr. Dolan. Rob, do you agree?
And I could not disagree more. In fact, I'm not going to be the only one, but there'll be others. And I get it. New York is in an uproar in a good way, a frenzy. First time in 27 years they have a team in the NBA. I get all that, and fans might not care that much, Kelvin, but James Dolan is a reason not to root for the Knicks. From the standpoint that you don't want to see a bad guy, bad owner for most of his career there, owning the team, win. And I think that there's something about that. And I'll never forget, I don't care what anybody says, the way that James Dolan treated Charles Oakley, who was a guy that I covered when I was a Knick beat writer back in the 90s. I saw that guy dive into more crowds, more scorers tables, to get loose balls, to do whatever he could to win. Everybody always said it was a shame that Patrick Ewing never won a championship. I'll tell you, it's a shame that Charles Oakley never won a championship. Nobody that I ever covered or saw in the NBA played as hard and gave of themselves more than Charles Oakley. And James Dolan, with his ego in the way, instead of looking at Charles Oakley as a fan favorite and trying to work out their differences, had Charles Oakley thrown out of Madison Square Garden. Thrown out like a bum, like he didn't matter. And I can never forget that and never look at James Dolan again and think to myself, there's a great owner. That'll be great to see James Dolan holding up the Larry O'Brien trophy and smiling and drinking champagne and smoking a cigar and talking about how great it is. And the other part is the Knicks have been bad for a long time, and he's been at the helm of it. And yes, things have turned around. They're in the finals. I guess for most fans, it's all going to be forgotten. You know, they're just happy and schmappy and all that because the Knicks are in the finals. I'm not one to quickly forget. I am on the record. I do not want to see James Dolan, the owner of the Knicks, win an NBA championship. He doesn't deserve it. He's been a bad owner, a bad guy to fans, had fans thrown out, and had one of the all-time fan favorites in Charles Oakley thrown out of Madison Square Garden like a bum. And I can't unsee that.
Well, let me just add to the list. Speaking of lists, he's got a blacklist, man. The New York Times did a really good piece on this some time ago, and I listened to the pod about it. And he's so petty. You know, we got Fetty Wap, we got Petty Wap. I mean, listen to what this. We got Tom Petty, James Petty, what I'm going to call him. Listen to what he would also do to add to what you were saying, Rob. So there would be a blacklist for lawyers who ever had lawsuits against him in any of his businesses. So they would come not even just to a Knick game, Rob. They would come to Madison Square Garden. You know this. There's concerts, there's plays, there's operas. And they would come in there, and they have facial recognition right now, the technology. So these lawyers who are maybe suing him for their client about something will walk in, their facial recognition would get pinged, and they would get escorted out. Literally, this happens all the time for lawyers who oppose him, any of his businesses, who are suing him for something. Like, how petty is that? I bought my tickets to go to a concert, to an orchestra, to an opera, to a whatever, and I can't get in. Not to mention, you mentioned the Charles Oakley. And as well as this, too, he even goes on social media sites, and if teenagers, young college students, blast the Knicks, talk about him, you know what he does? He has them monitored, and those folks to make sure they can't come to the games as well. So I can't root for a guy that's that petty. We talked about this yesterday. Wemby, you want to be the face of the league, there's going to be criticism. There's going to be bad games, and it's going to be time you got to stand in front of the media and say, hey, I didn't bring it today. The team didn't play well. You can't only do it when it's gloating about you and it's all praises. Well, James Dolan, part of being an owner is people are going to be mad at you. Fans aren't going to be happy, and especially when you've done terrible things and run the organization as they've run it since he's had it. Now, what I will credit him for was finally hiring somebody who has had some competency with Leon Rose, who was the president of basketball for the Knicks. Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. Thank you to John Morosi, just joined us. Rob G will have that up on the pod. Been a good show. Big shout out to everybody. Trey Wingo joined us as well. If you missed any of today's show, make sure you check out the podcast. Just search The Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. Please follow the pod, rate it 5 stars. Give us a review, share it, tell people to listen to us, man. I tell you what, Rob, I speak for the both of us. We definitely appreciate it, man. We get a lot of people who tell us they've been listening, they love the show, they rock with us, we help them get home. We don't take that for granted. I know Rob feels the same way, so thank you so much. Make sure you check out the pod, guys.
100%.
Yeah, for sure. 55-48 halftime.
I'm going to say this, Kelvin. Go ahead.
Yep,
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, just 55-48 halftime, Spurs up 7. What you got?
Spurs we talked about it before. Wemby's 2 for 9. Wemby's done nothing. Not defensively, he's blocked some shots. I'm not saying that. Offensively, right? 2 for 9.
Yep.
And they had 7-point lead at halftime. Like that. I like
Sham Pipple is 5 for 6
from 3. He's got 15 points. Sham Pipple. That's his new name.
Hey, where was he again, Rob G? I heard him recently speak about how his career and how he thought it was over. Was it the 76ers?
Yeah, I think it was.
They waived him outright to bring in Mac McClung.
Yes.
Yep, that's what it was.
And what I loved in his post game, he was like, they just took a chance on a kid from Brooklyn. You know what I mean?
Yep.
like I hear that. Like a kid from from Scarsdale, from Poughkeepsie. You know, I'm just a kid from Brooklyn, man. And they took a
take
chance.
a lot of chances on kids from Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn is okay. A lot of people have come.
I think Brooklyn.
Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson. I could go on and on. Okay,
Jay-Z,
from Brooklyn.
Biggie.
Yes.
It's a lot of people.
Brooklyn is
Brooklyn.
okay. Yes, Brooklyn's okay.
I think Brooklyn's doing all right. But my point is, man, they just do a great job of getting people like Rob all throughout the season, and then until the playoffs, we talked about it. What was the one thing I agreed? The Pistons needed shooting. Like, where was the Champagnie for them to go grab? Where you say, oh, wow, great pickup. Now
if they had him, I'm not saying he's going to score you 20, 30 points every night.
But maybe he gets 5 for the whole game.
But you needed to make those shots in those moments, and they didn't have that.
And they didn't even, and they knew that and chose not to. So that's where I was always upset.
And you know this. I said it all year, did I not, about their shooting? Like, I did not trust their shooting all year.
It's just, and it's the Spurs, the Thunder. Like, I told Rob G, the minute it happened, I said, how the heck did the Thunder get Jared McCain? Make it like that's the rich getting richer. And he had a really good series. Obviously, they don't advance, but he was one of the better players.
No, we played well for them.
Yeah, they just know how to. Then these certain teams know how to find a diamond in the rough, something you don't see value in. You know, one man's treasure is trash is another man's treasure, kind of a thing.
All right, we got a quick last call.
Let's get to last call.
This is the last call.
It's last call. Last call time on The Odd Couple.
Who we got?
All right. Andrew in Bakersfield, California, you're on The Odd Couple.
Kelvin, amazing today. Rob, when you gave that take on college sports, I was crying and nodding. And I got the Spurs in 6, but don't we all come from New York? Ellis Island. Thank you, guys.
All right. Wow.
Well, some of us
were actually here already.
We're here already. Some of us, yeah.
We didn't come through Ellis Island, did we?
We didn't come through. We might have been taking a different route. Yeah, we were kind of chilling in West Africa.
Routes. But we're here.
Thanks, Cam.
We're here now.
So all I'm going to say is that our guy, Elijah, is working on our video, our Wemby video. I can't wait. I know it's going to be bang. Look at Rob G shaking his head. Why are you shaking your head, Rob G?
What do you mean our video?
Why? Why are you shaking your head?
If it's not our Knicks, it's not our video.
It is our video. This is our show's video. When it gets to 1 million views, you're going to take credit or
it's
not?
It's y'all people. When I say you people, I'm talking about you people.
You people.
Now, I'm wondering, what is he going to cook up? Was he going to cook up from the live day butt, or is he going to cook up some, like, you know, you never know what a live
No. He's going to take the song and then put a video so we can put it on social media.
You know what I'm so mad about is between Alex and Elijah. I don't like when you do stuff like that, but I know they're going to do such a good job that it's going to be awesome. That's why I'm mad about it.
That's all. Rob G,
Alex and Elijah are so talented.
It's called radio.
Yeah.
It's radio.
Nice backhanded
No, because what he was doing was saying Rob is terrible doing it, but Alex and Elijah's great. Right, yeah, exactly. All right. The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?